I couldn't hear it. So
Well, it was just something in the background, but it
was
got
it the
annoying.
whole time?
Yeah,
Or just
but it was
I wouldn't bother maybe.
so quiet that I was like,
Okay,
"There's almost
maybe
no
just not.
point." Right, there we go. We're live.
Trying to type good luck all, and I almost typed good lick all,
Good lick all.
which would be great with you, dong licker.
Dong liquor.
Um,
Excellent. I just said that while live on stream. Quality. It's alright.
Brilliant.
Zero views so far. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Watching back the VOD opens. Dong licker.
Yep,
Great.
Andy said it again.
I mean, it's your name. I
Yeah,
don't
I know.
know what you want me to tell you. I'm not saying anything wrong, Don.
That's why I'm not streaming my league client, because of everybody in the friends list on the side has just got a horrific name.
Oh yeah, true. They're not horrific. They're just regular, normal human names.
Regular human people names.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Magical.
Right. So Valhalla. What's the full name?
Valhalla Toya.
Valhalla Tia.
Toya.
Toya.
Yeah. Region.
Like, yeah.
I think it means God.
Toya versus. I think it does as well. Something to do with that, isn't it? Versus Ascent Gaming North.
Yeah,
Isn't it Ascent Gaming South?
The God of
That's
War.
something
No, but there is an Ascent Gaming. Like, there is a
Ah.
main team,
Oh right, okay. I see.
as far as
Like
I'm
that.
aware.
Cool. Nice.
Very cool. So,
Waiting to get into game. 2 players, 3 players shown up so far. 4 players.
oh, I do need to stream, don't I, to you?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Need to stream this,
Yes.
so that when it opens,
Absolutely.
yeah, you'll be able to see that. That's fine.
Yep.
Fantastic. Players are filtering into the lobby now. Getting ready. Warming their hands up.
5 or 10 minutes maybe. Forming their hands up. Could be. Do
Um,
you think they've got those things that players throw around in the air? Fun.
the little hand warmers.
Yeah. I don't know if they're
Just noticed,
supposed...
since Jungler has declined the invite. So-
Right. Okay. Well, we'll see where we go. Fingers crossed will they get
Oh,
that.
he's been re-invited and he's accepted. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Panic averted.
Level 925.
That's a lot
Guy
of
loves-
levels.
I mean, his
this is
League of
833.
his League of Legends name is League is Great. So I mean,
True.
if you're going to be level 900, that is the name to have.
Absolutely. Chuck your stream up so I can see what's going on as well.
Thought I was bad at level 587.
Yeah. Hey, it's pretty. Amateur numbers for an amateur.
Oh wow, thanks.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gold 4.
Semi-professional numbers for semi-professionals.
All right, it's part of the deal. If you're a caster, you've got to be shit at the game. That's just how it works.
Number 1. That's number 1.
That's number 1. What, first clanger?
First clanger. It's true though. You can't be that good, otherwise you just wouldn't be a caster, would you?
Yeah, you just be a player.
You just be a player.
Leave the playing to
It's
the
like
players.
it's like teaching and
Those who can't do.
if you can't do teach.
Those who can't teach, teach gym.
Perfect.
That's what we're starting it off with.
Incredible. Starting it off.
Obscure School of Rock reference.
Right. So, what are we expecting from these 2 teams? Because I think we should probably focus on Valhalla because we went over AG quite extensively last week, or not even last week, earlier this week. Same things apply for them. Looking for an ASOL ban mid. Olaf, Hecarim probably looking for bans, at least high priority for them. Carry top laners because Spanky is once again playing for them in the top lane.
Yep, could be. They might be looking to take away things like the Camille. I mean, they might have watched the VOD from last time. I'm assuming they've seen the match history, so.
Yeah. Jace on still big time players for PanQ, but not afraid to play the other carry top laners like we saw last week.
They'd have been watching as well. They're aware that AG are not unfamiliar with pulling the old the Ornn switcheroo, sliding it into the mid lane.
Yeah, wasn't so successful with them, but they have shown that they can do it.
It's an option.
And
they've
throughout
got
the laning
picks.
phase was perfectly fine.
Absolutely, yeah. Stayed even in CS through most of the laning phase.
Yep.
Good ults as well.
Could have done with something more transitional potentially, and to go with the Ornn. I just feel like the Ornn was as much as the Ornn worked, they could have done with something rounded a little bit more in the early to mid. I think because they got behind. Once they were behind, it's very hard for them to get back into the game.
Honestly, with
But
Panky being in the top lane again at this stage, I'm expecting it to be another topside bloodbath.
I'm hoping for one. I'm hoping for one.
With,
Top matters, right?
absolutely, yeah. With the
Top lane matters
aggression that came out from last time, I'm really
for
feeling
sure.
that it's going to be a complete bloodbath.
This time, AG obviously 0-1 so far in the league, but Valhalla 1-0 won their first game, so potentially coming in as the favourites. But I mean, it's only one game. We'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Go either
See how
way.
it goes. Speaking of Valhalla, top laner, unconventional, let's say, player. Plays Aatrox, Sion, Gragas, which sound like normal picks. However, the builds and the KDA, a little bit odd. We've
Good win
seen
rate, though.
Even Shroud on Aatrox with KDAs of around 2 and below, which is unusual for a Diamond 2 player. However, like you said, high win rates, so they're clearly doing something right.
They're using in-client draft this time, which is good because I have a scene ready for that.
Perfect. Perfect.
Waiting for the last 3 players. 2 of them are sat in spectator slots. There's one more.
There's only one more. I'm not sure who VH Streamy is, but I'm guessing one of the Valhalla players with a second account, perhaps.
Guessing so. That's a good point, actually.
Would look like it.
Ickless is in. Calamity's Blade. Dictator. Oh, it's there. It looks
Need a
like they're
couple of
playing
swaps.
as their AD this game.
Who's
Because
that?
looks like it's Valhalla's AD.
Is it a different
Because
player, do we know, or are they a sub?
not entirely sure, but I'm gonna get up there. Go anyway.
I'll ask in the chat.
A different player by the looks of
Different
things.
player. Stream link. I'll link it. It's got it. Nico's done it already. Okay. No subs this game,
Okay.
so it is the same player. As far as we're aware.
Okay. Yeah. Alternate account. Less games, high rank though, to be honest. Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, matchups exciting actually from the side of Valhalla. One thing was Victator, their mid laner. Looks like he's a bit of an assassin player, or they are. Akali, Zed, Ari, high picks. Also the Victor for I guess a bit more of a neutralizing lane and a scaling pick. Not sure how I still feel about that with the Aurelian Soul being a main, but I'm sure if it's left open, that will be locked in for Mist.
It'd be nice to see that, given
I'd
his
like
high
to see the
play rate.
Aurelian Soul. And I would like to see a Zed from Victator.
You
So
are a Zed
we will
enjoyer.
see. I'm a Zed enjoyer, and I like something a bit off piste. So we shall see. Shall see how we go.
Almost there.
Just waiting for the last players to swap around
Players
into
are
their correct teams.
swapping all over the place. Um,
Do we have one too many players? Yeah.
yeah, I think Dreamy might be perhaps a coach or
Possibly.
maybe a manager. Because Shipex is here
Yeah.
now, so all 5 that are
Yeah.
listed on leagues.gg are all here and in the
Yeah.
lobby. Assuming he's coach or manager.
Yeah.
In fact, I can do better than assume. I can just look it up. Because I am a professional.
Very
Consummate
professional.
professional.
Consummate. Oh,
He says as his internet struggles to load
perfect.
the website.
Eddie carry picks. Nothing out of the ordinary for Valhalla. We've got
Standard, really,
Kaiser
isn't it?
Games, Jinx, Zeri, Zaya, Ezreal. looks like they've played a couple of Syndra games that may have just been a fill pick for when they're playing mid. Again, to update you on AG
Yeah.
Nico Lol,
Mimi's
big
the
Ash
owner.
player, although maybe that was a bit of a takeaway on Thursday. I didn't actually notice that, but AG Nico Lol been playing a lot of Ash, Xayah, Kai'Sa, Jinx, Sivir. So interesting to not see any Aphelios on that list, although they've been playing the last 5 games were on Aphelios, so maybe they're just picking that one up now.
My personal most played champion, so if we get to see some Aphelios, wow, I will be very excited. Looks like teams are both ready, so we're on the verge of heading into draft. There it
And we're in.
goes. There we go.
So it looks like Valhalla have picked blue side, I guess because they're the highest seed currently. There goes the Hecarim.
Been removed immediately.
For just so everyone knows, Megard is actually renamed to Supert.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a permanent thing, but for now we're going to
That's
be
what
referring
we've
to
got.
them as Supert for these games.
Back with a Jarvan. And the Gwen.
Gwen ban for Pink Panq.
Interesting.
They have played 39 games on it, so not unfamiliar with the champion. I wonder if that
It's
means that
a
Calamity's
personal
Blade
dislike.
maybe looking towards an Ornn or something for Calamity's Blade, perhaps. Probably quite good into the Aatrox as well, actually. It can't be a good matchup for Aatrox with the invulnerability, the immunity. Jinx ban coming through.
I don't mind that. Taking away that
yeah,
hyperscaling aspect from the bot side, especially if
absolutely.
they're looking to play top side.
It does mean that blue side may be looking for a Zeri on pick 1 if they're wanting to go for a scaling AD carry, because otherwise they'll probably be leaning on something like a Kai'Sa or a Xayah or maybe even an Ezreal.
The Gragas, sorry, not the Olaf.
Absolutely.
It's a different angry man.
Interestingly, though, they have left open the Aurelion Soul, so AG might be able to get their hands on that if they wish to have it.
I was just checking. It doesn't look like Victator has any games on ASOL this season, so
No.
not
Calamity's Blade does, however.
does have 25 games.
Yeah, so
I'm assuming
I assume that's a flex. But
yeah, I'm assuming that's a mid-top fill.
Vi jungle bands coming in. So
well, with the Vi band away on red side, to be honest, the Zeri pick's quite good here.
I kind of understand the Vi pick though, because assassins play very well with her. If you're looking to pick something like an Ahri or an Akali, Vi is perfect for those
really gives you that mid lane dominance.
Yeah, and Kickless, a big AD jungle player. He's playing a lot of Lee Sin, Graves, Viego, Wukong, Gankinor carries, plays both.
There's the Aphelios, but it's on blue side.
Blue side, yeah.
The takeaway, Nico's been playing that a lot recently, so...
Yeah, but Shipek's not looking like they've played... I can't see much on their match history. I didn't think we'd be seeing much of Aphelios today, but maybe it's just that good right now.
We could see a Lulu picked away here by AG. I know Tenchi is a Lulu player.
Yeah.
Historically a Lulu player.
Thresh, though.
Thresh takeaway, also a good takeaway.
Yep. No more Aphelios Thresh, but could be a Lulu angle. With a Thresh, I'm not sure you'd want to be looking to see best with the AD carry. Probably if they were picking Aurelion Sol as well, it'd be left for third pick to try and see what their mid laner might be playing, but
probably want a little bit more information.
There's the Varus. You were mentioning Varus earlier.
Before I'd like to see some Varus.
So there we go. Bit of poke coming in on the side of AG.
Plus Melio. Melio obviously just pairs incredibly well with every AD carry at the moment.
Every AD carry, just a very potent champion. Jessesia has played their fair share of Melio. I was hoping for an Ivan because they've got a few Ivan support games under the belt, but Melio will be a great pick this game, I'm sure. Good into the Varus as well with the Varus ult. So
yeah,
and I guess the Thresh Hulk too actually cleanses the Thresh Hulk with the ult. Ahri not a surprise. Victator played a lot of games on Ahri, third most played champion in solo
win rate as well.
Yeah, absolute beast apparently. Looking forward to seeing that.
What's the counter? Is it the Silas, do you reckon? A decent lane matchup.
Victor, okay. Nullifying lanes. So quite a lot of range already on the side of AG with a Thresh to maybe disengage. We'll find some picks.
Interesting matchup in the mid lane.
Yeah. Bans wise, Aatrox is a huge champion for Calamity's Blade, so perhaps we'd see that banned away. Still no jungler for Valhalla, so
But also
quite a
see
big
the Scion ban coming
pool
out from AG's
still
side.
open. True, if they want to get rid of some of these
They
big
get Sejuani
beefy
away.
top laners.
It's interesting.
Sort of surprised by that. Maybe trying to limit Valhalla's engage options, because at the minute they've got a couple of pick potential, but with the Ari charm, but otherwise not a lot of hard engage. Quite hard for them to start fights so far.
The Malphite takeaway is really interesting here from Toya.
Absolutely. Trying to keep that Felios Milio safe. Enchanters do not want to see a Malphite on the enemy team. Just full stop.
Absolutely. Really nice takeaway there. And what is the last ban on red side? There goes the Aatrox.
There's the Aatrox. That
As
is not
predicted.
surprised. By far, Calamity Blade's most played champion. So maybe we'll be leaning on something like a Scion or a Gragas. Singe is actually their
Gragas.
fourth most played.
Gragas is
So
banned.
Gragas is banned already. So
Could
really,
be-
it's only the Scion. Maybe pushing them towards that, as Pankyu, as we know from Thursday, big carry player. I'm sure he wouldn't mind beating up on a Scion for all
There's the
that.
Jax takeaway as well. Not only that as well, Varus actually very, very good at the moment into hard tanks, into true
True.
tanks such as Scion.
Absolutely.
With the
Health
AP build,
stackers.
if you can chunk someone for 65% of their maximum health with a single combo rotation.
I mean, you say with the AP build, but the item changes. There's a couple of items that are AD carry specific that actually do have AP ratios on them now, or at least they,
Oh, I
AP
love the
in the
Wukong
stats.
pick. Fantastic.
Wukong. I mean, AG's draft is looking really nice at the minute. I think
Very
they have really
well-rounded.
great options to engage. They have the Thresh for picks. They have Varasult to throw out as non-committal engage. They have the Wukong if they want something more dedicated.
Really nicely rounded draft this is. There goes the
Yep.
Scion. Yep.
Scion being hovered by Valhalla, as expected. Although a quick final second pivot to the Ornn, plays a
interesting.
similar role, but perhaps a bit more scrappy in the early game.
I'm guessing they're
can maybe
possibly
get
looking for
a
Lee
bit more
Sin.
agency. I like the Ornn though. Again, non-committal engage, but a good way to get fights started, which I didn't have before. Lee Sin would be a
Lee
great
Sin
option
or
with
Graves,
the Ari.
perhaps.
Um,
I feel like Graves less good.
Graves I would be surprised to see because of the lack of engage, but Xin Zhao is
good.
locked in.
Triple ranged on AG so far with Thresh, Varus, Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao Ori, a great 2v2 duo. Loads of damage there.
Hit Camille, Pank.
A real kill lane.
Come on, give us a Camille. Less good.
You don't want to see a Jace?
Less good into Ornn. I'll be honest with you, Camille.
Camille good into Ornn, I think. Really beats him up once the Divine Sunder is completed.
Yes, true.
Very hard for Ornn to side lane into that, but Olaf. Is this a Wukong top?
Could be a Wukong top.
Could be an Olaf top as well. Are AG trying to flex their muscles and say, hey, if you're going to leave the Olaf open, we can play it 2 lanes?
That is interesting.
Olaf will run this Ornn down, it's got to be said. Very
No
tough
doubt about
matchup
that.
for Ornn.
Tough early, even tougher late. Scale's incredibly hard.
I don't know if either team particularly outscales the other. I don't think either is under massive pressure to get ahead early, with Victor and Ornn respectively on both sides, and Aphelios, of course, on the Valhalla side. But
I feel like Valhalla's teams will slightly outscale just because of Aphelios.
Sure.
But it's so close.
I'd like to see probably a cleanse from this Aphelios as well. Not only for Varasult, but you've got Thresh hooks, Victor W's, even Olaf slows potentially later on in the game.
Yeah, cleansing an undertow from Olaf can actually make the difference between him running you down and you just dying.
Absolutely. Going into the 3-minute spectator delay now. Fingers crossed we'll have no troubles like we had last week and it'll just work perfectly. But we'll see. Keep saying last week. It's just Thursday.
At least we know how to fix the problems now. But
just immediately quit.
The Riot Gaming sponsored technical issues.
Yep.
Always interesting. Yeah.
For sure.
Really good drafts though from both sides. Very interesting.
I like both drafts. I think AG certainly have, in my opinion, the easier comp to execute on. They have very obvious go buttons with Olaf ult, Wukong ult, Varasult, Thresh hooks. Good pick potential, but maybe with Valhalla they're looking for more flanks with Ari Xin Zhao. But the on front line with the Aphelios and Melia behind it, pretty hard to just jump into.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing about Valhalla's mid jungle. The fact that it's going to really count a lot on their positioning in these fights as well.
The setup, especially around objectives, is going to have to be really good.
Absolutely. I'm
But it is
expecting. See, like you were saying, with the whole Ornn front line into the back line of Felios, really kind of negates the ability for Ornn to be able to split push and then TP flank because he needs
he
to be
has
in
to be
front
there.
there.
He
Yeah,
has
he
to
has
be
to be there
there at the
already.
start of the fight, absolutely. Whereas Olaf, I mean, he will rip through towers if you leave him
Yeah.
alone, and they already have the Wukong Thresh
Gonna be
uh,
interested a
for the
lot to see
Varus and
Olaf's
Victor.
summoners this game because he has a lot of options. He's got Flash Ghost, he's got Teleport Ignite, he's got any combination of those 4 summoners.
I think
I'm
I would like
expecting to see Flash Teleport, or at least
really.
Ghost Teleport.
I was going to say Ghost Teleport. Yeah, I'd like to see a teleport on the Olaf. Because if he's going to be a huge side lane threat, and
I think
if
he's
they don't go deal
yeah.
with him, he was going to rip through towers. And if they do go deal with him, he can just teleport to the fight, no problem.
I think he's gonna have to
So,
have the teleport there.
especially into Yorn, I don't mind the ignite. It can get you an early kill, but even with ignite, after level 4 or 5, it's going to be harder to just straight up kill him.
Absolutely.
Um,
Expecting the well, I would say the first start in Blade of the Ruined King, but it's probably going to be a first start in Ravenous Hydra. That
you
seems to
reckon?
be
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's fair.
A lot of the times
The
it's
wave
Ravenous
clear is
Hydra into
huge.
Jack Show, and then you look for Blade of the Ruined King afterwards.
We
Obviously, you have
shall
the
see.
built-in armor shred from Olaf's Q as
Yeah,
it is, so you can normally
that is a
skip out.
huge buff to our left top. It's got to be
Absolutely.
said. Makes him really playable into Warm
Also,
and other
built-in armor
tanks.
shred on Wukong Q as well.
Yeah, they are going to
Um,
struggle with this on front line. To be honest,
hmm. Although
I will say.
luckily, yeah, sorry, continue.
No, I was just going to say with Valhalla, Valhalla's comp. I was saying I don't think anyone particularly has much pressure to get ahead early, but when you have flanking champions like Xinjiao, there is a bit of pressure to get ahead. When you're playing from even or behind, I guess even. Your positioning matters a lot more if you're not just turbo fed. If you are turbo fed, positioning matters a lot less because you can
Absolutely.
still just one shot who you need to, even if you scuff it a little bit. Whereas if you're coming from at 2 different angles with Xinjiao, if they are ahead, that is a dangerous duo.
Very, very scary thing to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Ghost flash on the
Oh,
Olaf, it appears, so no teleport there.
yeah, it
Really
was
looking for just run it down
complete
one
lane
lane.
dominance.
Absolutely. My whole stream is black for now, but maybe it's just lagging behind a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, mine's only just appeared. It was
Yeah,
just completely black.
we shall see. I've got the noises, so I'm tempted to just quit out. I'm having the same issues as I was on Thursday.
I'm still in the loading screen.
Ah, maybe I'll wait for you then.
Oh, is it put you in the in game already?
I'm in game. It's just all dark.
Classic, classic Riot Games.
Yep.
Absolutely. Good luck to both teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a really interesting game.
You're at 0%, by the way. Is that normal?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. The spinny thing has stopped
There we
spinning.
go.
I got black screen, so I'm gonna
Yeah. I'm
just
just gonna quit
reload
out as
this.
well. Fingers crossed we won't miss too much the first game. I wonder what makes that happen.
It's something about game one when the stream first loads up that
Yeah.
just causes the spectated function to not work properly. Because AG paused. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's fine. That gives us
Gives us a minute.
a minute to get back in.
Remember to click that reconnect button,
Yeah.
reconnect button real quick.
Faster. I've already got my mouse
And
hovered over where it
you'll need to
appears.
put the stream up again for me.
Yeah.
Make sure we're watching the same thing.
I'm reconnecting in.
Just 1 second. I'm in game and I can see the pause now, so
Okay.
yeah.
There we go. Put that up there. Okay. Anything interesting of note? Hail of not Hail of Blade, sorry, Lethal
Can
Temple
you
on the
chuck it up
Varus.
on Discord? Sorry.
Dan.
Thank you.
Hashtag not sponsored by Discord.
Yeah. No cleanse on the Aphelios.
Nope.
Which is
Ghost.
honestly a little bit disappointed for me. But
Exhaust on the Varus as well.
exhaust on the Varus. I like the exhaust on the Varus.
Mm.
Thresh can do his best to try and keep something like a Xinjiao and Ari off, but when both are running at you, it's pretty difficult to deal with.
What do we think about the
It's a fairly.
teams if they do attempt to front to back? I have to
I
give it to
mean, I
AG,
think
to be
the obvious
honest.
is to the AG. Yeah, I don't think Valhalla can play front to back with Xinjiao Ari. That being said, Xinjiao ult is very disruptive,
That was the only
especially
thing I
for
was
something like a
thinking.
Varus.
And they have triple ranged bot side as well, so that Xin Zhao Ornn stood in front of you, just Ornn taking no
Mhm,
damage, Xin
mhm.
Zhao literally taking no damage.
Yep.
Would
But
be very difficult, but I just don't think
I
that's the
still
way
think,
Valhalla will play it.
yeah, I think AG have to. They are looking for 5v5 team fights with an Olaf just sprinting down the middle.
Absolutely.
And it's something to bear in mind as well. If Xinjiao and Ari are looking to flank, it's a lot harder to one shot the Olaf with two less players, especially when they're damage, DPS champions. So this Olaf really could tear through Valhalla if they're not careful.
Also, it has to be said that Aphelios, whilst he absolutely is a hyperscaling hyper carry, he's not your Jinx style of
No.
absolute machine gun DPS. He's a lot more. I hesitate to use the word burst, but
Yeah,
he absolutely can output a lot of
he
DPS.
can be burst with those blue gun ults.
But he does
I've seen my
roll
fair
through
share
you
of.
with a lot of hard punches of damage, one after the other. But
Hmm.
it's less of a Jinx or Vayne or Cogmore health bar machine gun.
Hmm.
So him being able to take out this Olaf, it might be a little bit more difficult. I know he could
Just for
fall
the sake.
victim to the problem that I've had with Aphelios many times, which is you're prepping for the fight, you have enough ammo in your guns, and then you realise you don't actually have enough ammo in one of your guns, you swap to it, and then it immediately swaps out into something else. That quarter of a second of you swapping to the next gun can get you killed.
Yep, absolutely. For the stream's sake, I think I'm just going to watch through the client because there's a little bit of lag coming through on the
Okay,
stream I'm watching from you. So we'll just
fine.
continue as we did last week, and I think we'll be a bit better on crosstalk today. So
Yeah,
hopefully it shouldn't matter too
I've
much.
got
If
a
I'm
bit.
casting something you can't see, at least you've got a bit of radio.
I've got a little bit of sore throat today, so I'll let you take the majority of the lead, and I'll
Sure.
sprinkle in. Don't worry.
Sprinkling.
Sprinkle in. Aerion Victor as well. Very nice.
All
No
sprinkling in.
Comet.
It's pretty common, I think, with the Q, especially with the shield.
Yeah,
Get a lot of
absolutely.
value out of that area. Grasp on Ornn rather than Sealed Spellbook, so we won't be looking for any level 6 kills. I think it's pretty reasonable, especially when they're playing something like Olaf.
Yeah, I think
You know,
it's a little bit scary to get the grass procs off. If Olaf is that close
yeah,
to you.
I
Ugh.
don't think you're. I don't think you're swapping to Ignite to try and kill at level 6. I think Olaf wins that one still.
Absolutely.
One thing I just thought of is what I would have liked to see from AG is if they locked in the Olaf in pick ban phase 1. If they'd pick ban phase 1, that could have been a flex.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and Valhalla, that could have really thrown Valhalla off, thinking that they're picking something into the Olaf when actually they can just flex it top lane or picking what they thought maybe Ornn would be a safe pick into anything with the Olaf jungle. Actually, it's going top, so maybe that's something they could think about going forward. We'll see. Maybe
Have to
they
see
only
how it
thought about
goes.
it later on in the draft. Who's to say? I don't know how much Olaf Panky has played, but
Could have been it.
had a good showing on Thursday. We know
Oh,
he can play carries well.
absolutely.
Scrappy player. But
Really,
we'll have to
really
see
scrappy
how
player.
much Calamity's blade can neutralize him.
See if you can withstand the punishment of Pankyu.
Yeah. Still in a pause here, so hopefully we'll be able to get the game started soon, but we shall see. Any level 1s you'd like to see?
Well, obviously with the Ascent having Thresh, they could look for the
Yeah.
classic 5-man, which
Mm-hmm.
obviously will involve them sprinting the bot lane and up through Tribush, maybe around Krugs, but
Yep.
that's a little bit of a solo queue strategy, so
They could try late invade.
might
I don't know.
possibly.
Just because it's a solo queue strategy doesn't mean it can't work in
No,
5v5.
absolutely not.
Definitely
Yeah.
don't want to see Valhalla face checking with these champions at level 1. If they can try and get some kind of 5-point defense going, that'd probably be ideal. AG could do something like a 5-stack in the bot lane and try and catch somebody out, but I don't really know if anyone's going to be putting wards down in the lanes.
I don't think
We'll
there's
have to
going to be
see.
that much extension. I'm expecting Pickles to possibly look for a ward on chickens onto AG's.
Mhm.
Maybe a ward onto the red buff.
Yeah,
What
you'd
sides,
expect.
what buff starts are we thinking for both junglers here?
I think Olaf Ornn is probably going to be quite an isolated matchup. Um, Olaf kind of tends to do well into the Ornn regardless, with help or not. So if you can hear any background noises, really heavy rain at the minute.
Can't hear anything.
But Thresh Varus obviously have a lot of poke and a lot of pick in this bot lane, so trying to get this Aphelios Melio dead could be a good way to go for the Wukong. So maybe starting blue side, going blue Wolves Gromp into bot gank could work, or maybe red blue Gromp into bot gank could work as well. Then you've got your double buffs. Let's see.
I'm possibly thinking of the reverse for AG. I feel like. Oh, wait. Nagard's name is coming up as AG Nagard again.
Oh, maybe he's changed it back.
Okay. I was
We'll have
just
to
looking
see.
to see Supert, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Nagard
Maybe
again.
that's a spectator bug, even though it's actually quite helpful for us. But we'll see.
Yeah, I could see
In that case,
either.
we'll refer to
Yeah,
them as Negard.
I could see him starting on either, to be honest. Starting top side, pathing down,
Yeah,
looking for this kind of
you have to
volatile bot
expect
lane.
a level 3 gank. It also depends how aggressive Victator's positioning. Because it could be that you can look mid for a kill if Victator's particularly trying to harass Mist and push him on the turret. We'll have to
Yeah,
see.
if he's getting pushed in, there's definitely an option that he could fall victim to
Yep,
the E flash from an RE straight into
absolutely.
the Xin Zhao, like UE straight into him.
You could go
Be a real
red
blowout.
Wolves blue into mid gank potentially. We'll
There's a
have to
lot of
see.
options here. There's a lot of lanes where action could be forced.
We could actually see an invade topside as well from red side. If they all run in and try and grab blue, they could go blue-red chickens into mid gank potentially.
Both
Chickens
AG
not the
have
best for Wukong, but
AG definitely have pushing lanes both top and mid. So I'm expecting them to possibly utilize that priority to force
does
something in
Victor
the
actually
jungle.
push into Ari?
I think he does early. Ari's Q
Potentially.
costs a lot of mana,
Does cost
like
a lot of mana.
early game. But then I
Suppose
suppose
that's true.
I can't imagine
Victor
either of them
doesn't do a lot
starting.
of damage.
Can't imagine either of them starting tier, to be honest. So
No, I wouldn't
I
have thought
expect
so.
early recalls. It looks like possibly a Discord issue. Time to return to Skype.
Please, Lord,
Please, not
no.
like this. We're going back to
Reminds me
anything. We're
of
going back to TeamSpeak.
if we are, or you could start where I started with landline voice calls.
Oh god, yeah.
I don't know if you ever experienced that, but
Yeah,
me and a friend used to have the landline was free for the first 60 seconds, so you'd call up your mate, and at 59 minutes you'd hang up and call
yeah,
back and just put them on
absolutely.
loudspeaker. But it looks like we're into the game now.
Yep.
Red side potentially looking for an invade actually. AG looking to go bot side. They're pinging actually, but maybe it's just a 5-point defense. Try and get a ward onto the blue buff. My game has
My game is
frozen.
also frozen.
Right.
Bear with
Here,
us.
so.
Oh,
Oh,
and we're back in.
we're back. Okay, so looks like a 5-point defense from both teams.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Kickless and Negard having a bit of a face-off, but
Yeah, looks like Kickless is going for that chicken's ward, perhaps. Ankiyu is sat in the top side, though. He's waiting for
he
something,
could look for
possibly waiting to
something.
catch Calamity's blade as he walks back upriver, but like he's going to go move through Tribush. Oh, he's thinking about it.
If there's a leash top side, the Olaf could make a mess of this Ornn early on. Or maybe want to
Classic
go
5-point
back
defense.
through lane rather than through
Minions have
the
spawned.
bush, through the river. Let's see.
Oh, we got a ghost from Shipex.
We do. I think that may have been a fat finger. We'll have to see.
Possibly a slight fat
I
finger
imagine
there.
that was
Oh, we got
ideal,
action
but
here. Kickless and the
Negard
guard are
scrapping level
battling,
1.
but
I'm not sure this is
Victator
where
is
he
there.
wants to be. He might need a flash.
Oh dear. Yep, here's
Flash is a little late, but
Thank you
Kickless
is
is low
behind
too.
them. Goes in. Oh, it fails the flash. Mist gets first blood. Does go down
Trader
though.
kills
Right.
here. Kickless goes down
Nico's
too.
here
It's a
as
bit of
well.
a scrap in the mid lane. Calamity's Blade gonna have to reset after that one.
After he
First
does have
blood though
Blow's
goes
flash
to
as
AG.
well. That's a scary place to be. No flash into an Olaf that does have both
And
summons.
you got to favour AG here. They got first blood and they got 2 flashes. And obviously Shipex somehow using the ghost by mistake.
We'll not talk
So,
about that.
We'll not
Ignore
talk about that. Yeah, Ornn having to use a TP already, having to use the flash. That is going to be a real tough lane.
That is upsetting and scary for all involved.
Sapphire Crystal started here for Mist. No tier, but Sapphire Crystal. So
Interesting. He's looking for that. I wonder if he has. There's a chance that he has Futures Market, which mean that he could be going for the really early Lost Chapter.
oh, potentially.
If he has Futures Market,
hmm
the Sapphire Crystal start
Yep.
means you can get an incredibly early Lost Chapter.
Corrupting pot though for Victator is going to mean that he has a bit of an advantage in the early game.
Absolutely.
Still got one of those charges left, whereas Mister's used both of his rejuve pots.
Really big wave stacking up here for Pankyu as well. Doesn't look like there's going to be a freeze possible, but definitely a big crash. Kickless has started bot side. It looks like he's pathing up
Pankyu's
top.
Start at top. We'll see if he actually goes for an invade on this blue, because they have a ward on it, and they could look to dive top at level 3 if they want. We'll see where the Wukong goes. Looks like Negard might be hovering that way as well.
Nothing happening bot
There
side,
he
of
goes.
course.
He's going for that invade. Kickless going to be none the wiser to this. Maybe looking for a mid gank though.
Here we go. Both junglers are here. They are in the vicinity.
Still a flash
He
on
goes
this.
wide slightly. Does flash the E. And nothing
Maybe he
here.
can turn it though back onto
Very low.
Victator if Negard wants to go for it, but no flashes for either jungler. Pankyu has moved though, so they've got to be really careful.
Pankyu is deep.
AG
in
should
Toya's
have full
jungler.
control of this top side.
He's looking for
Top
the
side
Q
jungler.
snipe on Ari. Oh, just gets
Doesn't
the
quite
recall
get
off.
the cancel, but Negard is going to run a field day here. Kickless gets all of the bottom side jungle as well, but isolating this Ornn off makes it very scary for this Ornn to play League of Legends.
Like another split map here. Kickless has gone into the blue side jungle of AG.
Fighting on the bot side, Nico Lol having to take the lantern out, but nothing too bad. Nico Lol getting a little bit low on mana actually, so could find it quite hard to farm here.
Both junglers call start. We've got a recall from Mist in the mid lane. You again. A little bit behind on XP. He's just dinged 4.
There's a
Got
big wave though.
building up. TP back from Mist in the mid lane. It looks like a move from the mid jungle of Toya. Bit of vision control going down there. Big
My
wave
scroll
stacking
doesn't
up in the
work
bot
that way.
lane as well. No, my scroll's not working.
How do you say you can scroll?
Oh, it's Control Shift Z unlocks the scroll distance.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, that's
I
so
can just
much
do that
better.
then. There we
Look at
go.
this.
I'm gonna leave it on
Incredible.
directed cam and have this, but top lane there's a
Looks
lot
like
of action here.
We might have a dive bot lane as well. Kickless is coming in, and it's a pause.
There's a pause.
A summoner has
Oh dear. Kickless looks
Oh,
like he's
no.
disconnected, so not ideal there. Calamity's Blade on the verge of death. Pankyu showing the powers of Olaf that we saw in Game 2 on Thursday, but
Looks like Shipex and Kickless
a
both
little
have
look
ping
of top
issues.
lane.
Shipex has said he's got
Actually, need
700
to
ping.
pause, but- oh dear.
Kickless has disconnected.
Alright. Well, we'll see if we can get any updates on that. I don't know if we
Wish I
can...
could move the camera while we're paused.
Yeah.
A summoner has
Kickless is reconnected, so
Kickless is back.
ready's being typed. So is there a dive happening bot? Was that
It's a
right?
dive bot lane, yeah. Victator,
A dive being
Kickless.
settled bot
It's
lane.
a
and
4-man dive bot lane, especially with Nico
Four-man
having
dive.
no mana. And
Dragon about to
opted-
spawn as well. Could be looking to set this dragon up.
The mid waver's
Calamity's
managed.
Blade looking to go down.
The mid waver's managed quite well by Victator, forcing Mist to blow his TP to return.
There goes Calamity's Blade, so look at this bot dive.
Here goes the dive. Nico buzz blows flash, but go down. Can he answer 1-for-1? My stream is frozen.
Frozen.
Riot Games, Riot.
Kickless looking like he's probably going to die on this dive, I would imagine.
But
I
it
don't know
looks
if they
like
can
this way
take
the kill
Tenchi out
will
as
go
well,
to
but
Tenchi if it does go down. Have to
absolutely.
bear with us, folks. Riot Games
Tenchi's
spectator
still has the
client,
flash
not the
up, so-
best.
potentially might be able to outplay something here. I don't know if they'll be able to kill him. He's still got the ignite up.
There we go. Just takes
Takes
out
down the
Kickless.
Zinjao.
Oh, it
Big
looks
Tate
like
is taking a lot of damage. Has to pop the
Ooh.
heal, but they do get him in the end.
just get the Essence Theft heal as well. It's a 1-for-1. But with the kill going over to
Valhalla.
Shipex on Boya there. Okay, very well organised 4-man dive there.
Absolutely, but this Olaf is ready to take over the game. He has his Ravenous, not his Ravenous Hydra, his what's it called? Tiamat complete. Although he's never mind, he sold his items. He's gone for a Bamp Sector, so it looks like he's going for a bit of sustain in this lane. 15
Scepter's
CS ahead and a kill up. So this Ornn still no flash, no TP. Could be in a lot of trouble.
Really scary stuff going on. We got Nagard here in the mid lane moving.
Mist looking to get some damage on these towers.
Get the area.
Already got a plate, so as much as they got that dive off, it did give Mist a plate and a bit of XP advantage as well.
Neither team currently looking for Dragon at the moment. Kickless is sweeping. He's looking for a mid gank. Mister's pushed up. He's got no vision here. He's going in. Victator whiffs the charm into a minion.
The minion, the
Fortunate.
hero minion, potentially saving
Absolutely.
Mist's life there.
AG's bot lane moving up the river now.
Maybe looking for some dragon
pushed
control.
Toya's bot lane straight up.
Nagard moving top though. It's looking for a Gromp rather than this dragon, so Valhalla should have no problem securing this dragon if they wanted to. But maybe looking to
They
like,
don't have
defend
bot
the
side
jungle
prior at the
instead.
moment. God is moving in. Really aggressive counter jungling here.
I'm surprised. I thought that would be a good window for Valhalla to look for
It's
this.
like he's going to
dragon,
find
but actually,
Kickless. Who's immediately onto him. That's a lot of damage in return, though. Kickless
The
falling
Wu
quite
comes early
low.
damage. Victator's here though to save the
Dictator
day.
uses the Spirit Rush to get in.
Pushes him off. Kickless really
Nagard
going
flashes
aggressive
in
here. Though. I'm
return.
surprised.
Ooh,
Kickless gets the smite.
unbelievable.
Gets
Oh,
hit
the
by
undertow
the
lands.
though.
Like he's
That is
going
a dead
down.
Jinzhao. So 1-for-1. Wolves
One
go
for
over to Kickless, but other than that, pretty inoffensive trade.
However, this
Both teams
Ari
should
is
be
now
okay.
3-0.
Solef is also 2-0 though, so both carries looking quite strong in this early game. Lost chapter completed for both mid laners.
Absolutely a battle of the solo laners here.
Mm-hmm.
King's onto the red buff here, so I'm assuming Kickless is going back bot side.
Still no interest in
his
this
red buff.
dragon. I wonder if we'll be look for a
Charm lands in the
dragon
mid
for Herald
lane.
trade here.
Electrocute procced. Mist is out of mana,
Mist
but
looking forward,
Victator
he's
is
out of
very
mana.
low. Call of the Forge God comes out.
Mist forced to flash.
Okay, we're throwing ultimates out left, right, and centre.
Mist probably gonna have to reset here, but Victator looking for the same. Maybe just taking the opportunity while there's no TP.
Kickless moving towards bot side. Maybe looking to sneak into the bush. There is a ward in mid bush for AG.
It's matched by Nagard though, so this could be a fight in the river. Blue's gonna have first move. Nagard caught out, but has the W just to
W's
get
over the wall.
make some space. What goes wide? Shipek's making good progress on this call.
Into reset.
So-
And Calamity's Blade is here for the dragon. He's
love to
absolutely
see it.
just saying, I'm not dealing with this Olaf. I'm absolutely not
This
having
lane is
any of
over.
it.
We're taking this dragon and we are going full scaling. This late game is going to be ours. So, first dragon going over to Valhalla.
Very good, very good.
500 gold lead for AG though, so we'll look about these resets. It may be that Valhalla may be able to secure this Herald as well through just sheer force of numbers, but
There's the E-land in
Nagard
the mid lane.
and Pancake
Victator
should be
takes a
able to move
lot of
there.
damage from the tower.
Ooh.
Looks like they're still going for this dive though. The charm does land, and he takes him
nicely
down.
executed. Calamity's Blade should be perfectly fine. Nagard here to catch the wave, but that's another plate and another kill over to
Another
Valhalla.
really good dive. Kickless is finding these angles. That being said,
as much
it
as
is
they've
a revolting CS gap in the top side.
absolutely, this Olaf is going to run through Valhalla if it comes to these team fights. But that being said, this Ari's going to have a lot of damage. Looks like she's going for the Everfrost, and they're going to try and secure this Rift Herald with both solo layers going top.
Pankyu has been freezing this entire time, which is interesting. I would have thought, given that Ornn has been showing bot side for the last minute and a half, I'd say, that these waves would be being slammed repeatedly under the tower. But it looks like
this is
Victator's now
true.
going top lane.
Maybe a
It
bit of
looks-
a lane swap. I think they're looking to secure this Herald.
Could be a lane swap. They've got a 3-man advantage in the top side.
I think once this lane is pushed out bot side, I'd like to see Valhalla's bot lane moving up.
Oh,
but
it's an ult. The Ragnarok comes in. Victator's getting run down. He's quite low. He does actually take him out
Just
in a
Olaf
1v3. And he get
Negod's
away.
here
He
to
is
help. Can
ghosting.
Panky get out with the help
The
of the
flash
ghost?
E-call of the Forge God.
coming down. Snipes him out.
Does get the
Negod now in a
shutdown.
1v2. You got to imagine
Which
he's
it looks like he's
going to
have to die here.
Ilka should be able to just take him out with an E here with the vision. There it is.
Both shutdowns now gone.
2 for 1 for AG in favour of Valhalla. But
PP from
like you said,
Victator.
shutdown's coming down. Oh, Victator, what a charm! Fantastic play
Absolutely. Straight from the TP,
there.
runs
Looks like
down
T1
missed.
this. Dies and then just immediately TPs and redeems himself. 5-1 now on this Ari.
Completely
Really
disgusting.
showing why this is a force to be reckoned with.
Like he's building the
70%
Everfrost
win
as
rate
well.
in ranked solo queue, so I would imagine AG are going to look to ban this one away in game 2.
11-minute Everfrost from Ari. With
We've got
boots
Ghost
too
now
as
on the
well.
Aphelios. Gets hooked by the Thresh. Doesn't look like there'll be too much damage done there, though. That being
does
said,
land.
Nico lol getting forced to
Moonlight
flash.
Vigil coming out. Nothing else to follow up here. A little bit of a CS lead in the bot side. Looks like Varus going for that ensues.
Call complete as well for the Aphelios already, so definitely gold advantage now. Looking to pressure with those item advantages. No ult, so AG should be relatively safe farming under the tower.
Other than the dive, there's been almost no action in the bot side. The guard going to get swept out here, though. DJ does spot him. Does he W over
It's
the
got to
wall?
be said, from what we've seen so
Oh, I
far,
think
I'm
Tenchi's
really
going to have to
impressed
flash
with.
here.
I've been really impressed with Valhalla's capability of diving. The bot lane earlier was a little bit scuffed, but they still got 1 for 2. Or they got 2 for 1. Sorry, so they proved it again in the mid lane. So
Hook goes wide
if they
slightly there
can
on Kickless.
pull any of these more dives off, which I mean, it looks so easy sometimes in pro play, but if you ever tried to dive anyone in these early levels, it is so difficult to pull off successfully. And
Really difficult.
Valhalla really showing some expertise with that. Great
Got a
coordination.
Flame Horizon in the top lane now.
It's looking that way, isn't it?
First item, Fire Cape there for the Ornn, which is good into double AD top
Yeah.
side.
With the Ravenous Hydra stack and the Olaf is really just going to keep getting more and more ahead.
Kickless is covering bot lane as they push up there. 3 plates gone, nearly 4 as well. Looks like he could be here. Is anything going to happen? Oh, the Q lands from Melio. But it looks like bot lane are going to reset there for Valhalla.
I wonder if Shipex has his full item here. He's sat on 1500 gold, so I'd imagine he can complete that if he wishes. Yeah, there's the Storm Razor.
Storm Razor first item.
It's a Aphelios who's going to be very strong for this next dragon if they wish to fight it, which I imagine they will do. Keep this dragon stacking up.
Red side pings
Like I
onto
said,
the blue
this,
buff of Valhalla. It maybe looks like they're looking to invade again, but Mist looks like he's prepping mid lane pressure to possibly push
Yeah,
into their topside jungle.
I'd like Valhalla to try and secure this dragon, but Panky might be looking top. Looking for some plates.
Eco
at
is
least while
resetting
before they
again
drop
in
down.
preparation for this. That probably means they're just going to give up pressure on
Yeah,
this
I imagine
dragon
they're
again.
dropping this dragon, yeah. They're not going to have priority on this dragon, so with Kickless having completed his Black Cleaver as well, and Negard still yet to reset, I really don't know if they can contest this. And they've got a Herald bot
Got a
lane as
Herald
well
in
to
the
try
bot
and
lane.
catch these last couple of plates.
Are you ready? Oh,
What happened in the top lane?
hey!
Thank you,
Oh,
could be
Call
in
of the
trouble,
Forge
but
God
it looks
comes
like they're
out.
looking for a dive
Oh,
on
I don't know
Calamity
if this
Blade.
dive is the correct.
Oh, and here's the
Oh,
trouble.
No,
Here is the trouble.
he does get away with it, but it's a 1-for-1.
Negard having to tank the tower because Calamity's Blade did a great job there of not allowing the wave to crash, and Negard, to make that happen, had to just start tanking the tower from second 1, which cost him his life.
Got 4 men in the river.
Declined to flash, interestingly, so...
Taken Dragon. Tenshi's looking for a hook here on Victator. Victator uses the Spirit Rush to go in. Hook goes slightly wide. Kickless is here as well.
Well played from Victator. Might be able to look for more on the 10 sheet, depending if Kickless can land this W. Win becomes
Goes for
lightning.
the Everfrost.
Never mind, straight for the E. Tenchi
Gravity
could be in
Field stocks him.
trouble.
The flashy over the wall
Oh,
takes him out.
Beautiful Ari play. Mist goes down.
Really
1 for
disgusting.
0.
In the meantime, Panky, you did get the top tier 1. But he has reset as well.
So let's just take stock. Valhalla managed to get that second dragon as expected. They managed to suppression this. It looks like there actually might be a dive in the mid lane again.
Oh, it's the ult coming out from the Varus, but she's just deleted. Kickless flashes
Great
over the
flash
wall.
from Kickless, but it's like Nigger's
Oh,
gonna be
the
able to take
heal
it down.
and
No!
shield. Absolutely disgusting.
The
Really
ultimate
upsetting
from
there.
Melio.
Oh,
Just what a great spell, huh? What a great
sniped by the
spell.
charm over the wall.
Again, with another successful dive from the side of Valhalla, really making it look too easy.
Seem like they've not been able to leverage this top lane advantage that Panky's
The
gained.
AG need to set up some 5v5 plays, I think. They need to set up some front to back and start contesting these Drakes, because otherwise, I just feel like Valhalla are going to start getting... They're going to be able to stack these Drakes and really start pressuring AG to fight when they don't want to.
Looks like
Tenchi caught out.
Panky has abandoned Tenchi by blast coning over the wall and left him to die.
Good night.
Good night, sweet prince. We got a match from Mist. Matching Calamity's Blade in the top lane now, just bouncing those waves back to each other. Panky was catching
like
bot
that.
wave to match Victator.
Try and get this Olaf into the game. No point laning against this Ornn that's just unkillable.
Mist has early stopwatch. I mean, given the frequency of dives in this game, I absolutely
That
don't
was-
blame him.
Was that a broken stopwatch, or was that been purchased?
It must be. I'm assuming he's got the inspiration tree,
Surprised either
so
way, but,
probably stopwatch for futures market. I'm guessing.
yeah, I think you're right.
Action in the top
With-
side.
With Xin Zhao Ari, I do not blame him. But Herald is
Got a
spawning
4v4
soon.
top side. Victator doesn't have TP, but he is moving up.
I think this would be a good time for AG to try and contest an objective if they want to. There's no particular item advantage on either side. Maybe Shipex is a little bit ahead with the BF sword under his belt, but AG need to try and look for these front to backs, because I think it just feels like Valhalla are getting the picks before the objective every time, and AG actually just can't contest.
A lot of posturing going on here. We've got the second Herald about to spawn.
Good wards from AG to try and spot Valhalla out. They should know what's going on if they go for it, but same cannot be said of Valhalla. They got a pink ward in mid and looks like a trinket ward in the bush towards Herald.
Ooh,
But Nico, great movement, but it just does not
Absolutely
matter.
deleted.
It goes down. Deleted by the Ari. Absolutely disgusting damage.
Yeah, he's
Tenchi
right.
caught
He
as
goes in
well.
for the dive.
Negar
Call the
looks like it's
Forge
going
Guard.
down. It is a 3-for-0. Valhalla running away with this game.
Absolute slaughter. They just came from every angle there. Absolutely just,
Just
not
a
ready for the go
5-1 dive.
button.
Thank you,
Ooh,
caught
the
as well.
max range
Great
E
charm
lands.
from Victator. Doesn't quite force the ult, but
Gonna be
Thank you,
okay,
Skips,
but
is
what a
This
snipe.
should be a Herald and a mid lane as well. Are they looking for this tier 2? I don't know if they should be able to go for this.
They've got
Could
Aphelios
mess
with
up the
White
tempo,
Gun.
but
White Aphelios
Yeah,
with White
red,
Gun
white
absolutely
Aphelios.
forces the Ragnarok out of
Absolutely
Panky there.
disgusting.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Able to take the Herald. Mist might be able to get a consolation prize on this tier 1 and bot side, but what a super play from Valhalla.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
As
Really
clean as
interesting.
Nico's movement was to dodge the initial Ari engage, it just wasn't enough. They're too far
Really?
ahead, but Panky looking for a play on Victator. Undertow after undertow.
Doesn't have his ult. Oh, the Eve
Doesn't
oh,
have his
misses.
ult.
Just get the
Catches him with
shutdown
the
as
undertow,
well.
but
It's a
goes
good
down eventually. That's
shutdown.
another shutdown over to Shipex now. 5-0 on this Aphelios.
Shipex
He is
has-
going to be a monster.
Has come out of nowhere and is now suddenly 5-0.
2,000 gold in the pocket. Looking for a reset. This might mean they're a little bit late to Dragon, though.
Fortunately, Victator does have the teleport up, so that means he is going to make it. Only down for another 14 seconds. So he is going to be here for this dragon.
I think if they kind of contest this, they really wanted
The
to...
hook does land
Shipex
onto
to
Kickless. Tenchi goes over the wall. I think he's about to
Parasol
be
immune.
really
Can he
close.
get
Does
out?
get ignited. I think he's going to go down. Yep.
There goes Kickless. That should be a Dragon for AG, so that might be a saving grace, honestly.
Death Laser
Deny
from
the
Mist.
sole point,
Really nice hook from Tenchi over the wall
keep
there.
them in the game. Only 2,000 gold lead. It feels like Valhalla should have been further ahead than this, but that pick on Kickless has really thrown them back.
Even on towers as well, so a lot of this standing gold is being picked up by
Absolutely.
AG.
I really think, as much as that tier 2 take in the mid lane was really easy for Valhalla, I don't know if it was the right play, because they should have been able to contest this dragon if Shipex had got a back off earlier, but he's got so much gold in the pocket, or had at the time, that they just had no chance of contesting this dragon, lost all control.
Can't count out Pankio as well. He's scaling up 2 items now. Very,
Once again,
very
much like on
scary.
Thursday,
Very scary.
this top
Olaf
laner
right
from
there.
AG is a bit of a monster. Just ready to run in, unafraid of these
Charm does land on Pankio, but
charging in 1v3.
I don't think he cares.
I just don't think he cares. He's got so much healing with Gordon and Ravnus Hydra as well.
I'd like
if you
to
can
see
get in
him
the middle of
more
that
as
team,
well, potentially. Apex moving back to bounce these waves back to Nico. Then she...
it's so much better with it being zoomed out, man.
Yeah, I know.
I
Compared
can
to last
actually
time.
see the game. Oh man.
We got Baron spawning now. Calamity's Blade is in the bot side, but doesn't have TP. It's currently a 4v4. Mist is going to match him, but he does have teleport.
Can't imagine any Baron would be started before anyone's picked off. It would be such an insane play from either team.
Calamity's
And not in a
Blade
good
walking
way.
back up river.
You've got to be a little bit careful. He started. Okay,
He
he's just
started
getting
it with
land
Rav
there.
Hydrate, AoE.
Yeah, that's true.
You got
Another
Vision
ping
Pings
just
coming
goes down
out.
straight away. So.
Besieger and Kickless moving towards the mid lane. Trinket Ward's cleared out by Dictator in Pixel Bush.
I'm not sure how
It's a
AG
lot
want
of
to play this game
posturing.
going forward. There is a zone use completed on Mist, but it does leave Nico Lol completely exposed to any kind of engage. Again, maybe it's unnecessary to go for a cleanse on this Varus, but I really do appreciate some of the spells like cleanse. But I guess you have. I was about to say I guess you have Meliable, but he's not even on the same team, so that would be complete trash. Is what I'd be speaking.
Yeah, I think you're correct that the lack of cleanse there on Nico is a bit of a mistake.
As
Don't
much
really
as it's
want
only really for, it's only for charm and I guess Aphelios.
But the charm just
Or-
results in a one shot
or-
every single
or
time.
purple.
Charm into Everfrost, completely dead. We've got Herald
What
coming
I'd
out of the bot
like
lane
to
as well,
see-
by the way.
I would like to see a Mikhails from Tenshi. I don't know what he'll be building next, but if we can get a Mikhails on Tenshi for Nico, well, that would be a really big boon, I think.
Be nice. Herald wandering down bot lane now, following Calamity's Blade. Looks like Mist will maybe be able to stop this from crashing, but of
I
course the
wonder if Valhalla are
assassin.
looking for a Baron play here. With the Herald, it looks like Calamity's Blade peeled off of it, but I thought you might want to make a TP play into this Baron.
Herald is going to get a
Mist
charge
does
off.
have a match in TP, though. It does.
Does get the charge off bot side.
Good value off there, though.
But AG do have priority.
Not too much.
They do have positional advantage over the Baron here.
Can't really start anything without a pick, though.
Calamity's Blade's TP is back up, but he's already here. Mist TP back up as well. Charm over the
AG
wall into the Everfrost.
Panky might be
Panky's
caught, but
a little
I think
bit
he's fine. He's
chunked.
still got his ultimate.
He's
If
probably
they can
going to heal
pop
to
that,
fall
though,
after this week.
if they can pop Olaf ult before a Baron, that's a really important tool, and it's going to be so much harder for Olaf to make a play with that. Calamity's Blade might be caught out here, though.
A little bit caught
Onto
out.
goes slightly wide, but Negard has the ult. I don't know if he wants to pop it.
Cancels. Ragnarok comes out, Call of the Forge God, but he's just destroyed.
Big pick for AG
Has
there.
to stop the Call of the Forge God. The charm
Panky's
goes
ult goes
wide.
down, though. Huge Moonlight Vigil
Oh.
over the side, chunks the whole of AG.
Pickless is
Pickless
running
goes in on Mist.
Does take a lot of damage in return. The Victor ult
Great
comes
Victor
down.
W.
Ooh.
Try and deny it. Both teams chunked. I don't know if anyone can really look for this any further.
Big sniper shot onto Nagard as well afterwards. Panky's just full HP again. Dictator's looking for this. Oh,
No
he
ult
does
though.
land the,
If
does land
Dictator
the
lands his
damage.
charm,
Oh, I
Panky could be
think
in trouble,
Panky is
but
in trouble here. Kickless
Panky
has
has
got
the
him on the
flash.
flank.
I don't know. I won't never count these Olafs out from what
He
I've seen
does
these past
sidestep
couple
the
of
charm.
days. Has the W?
Or
Does
Drinker.
not. Don't know if he managed to pop his W there. Perhaps he didn't have it. They're looking for a TP play mid though.
Harry. TP's coming in.
Dictator
Tenchi,
going in,
Tenchi
but
does
maybe
live
a
on
little
1
bit
HP.
reckless.
Calamity's Blade going in deep. Mist really low as well. Nico does take a chunk from the Aphelios, and he's going to get bonked on the head by the Ornn. Double kill for the Ornn. Nagard does make it over the wall. I think he might be able to get away.
Is he gonna get out?
You got
Don't know, they
blinking
have
health
Ornn
bars
chasing
on
him
both
down as well as
teams.
Melio. Xinjiao's pretty quick too. He's going the long way
Just
around. It
W's
looks like
over
he's
the
out.
wall.
That may be able to be a Baron start though. Kickless is going on it, so
The looks of things, yeah.
no TP from the Dictator though, so it's going to be a 3v2. AG might just be giving this though, or maybe you don't even know it's happening. I don't think they're looking to contest.
Really crazy stuff from both of these teams here.
Mist may be looking for some kind of steal. Has
Again.
the ult back, so
Can we just point out this is still a 2k gold lead.
still just a 2k gold lead.
AG are really clapping back with good answers. The Victor ult, 1 in a million? No, it's the smite.
There it is.
Smite from Kickless takes it out.
It does mean, though, with that Victor ult, that AG are probably going to get this next dragon. So it's really pushing back the timer for Valhalla to be able to complete any kind of
Hello,
soul.
Matt.
And actually brings the dragons even 2-2.
Absolutely, it's going to be a decent gold swing from the Baron, but then bounce back immediately with the stats. And that's 2
Yeah.
Chem Drakes as well. 2 Chem Drakes on an Olaf. They could
It's going
get
to be
Chem
very
Soul.
difficult to deal with.
Chem Soul on the Olaf is
Soul on Olaf, I mean, just sounds like the dream, doesn't it?
a little bit terrifying.
Let's see what Valhalla can do with this Baron. They've been great on the dives, but with mid lane tier 2 already been gone.
After the Baron take,
they're gonna
it's
have to make
still
a play
only
on one of
moved
these
up to a
sides.
3,000 gold lead, so nothing too unmanageable.
You'd imagine Valhalla are looking for this to balloon, though. I mean, they've just sealed Baron. They've conceded a dragon, but I mean, this bot lane tier 2 is looking real juicy. The Victator is looking top as well.
Oh,
Get some push
Kickless.
on. He is
Kickless is
caught.
moving on to Mist. I don't think he's
Mist
going to make
is-
it out of this. He does blow the Zhonya's. The Ornhorn goes on a side.
I don't know how I feel about that Zhonya's. I guess you might as
I
well
think
use
Mist
it,
is
but
taken out.
that's going to be a tier 2, and Frankie going to have to try and match Victator, so I think that's just going to be a free tier 2 for Valhalla.
I think they can defend the inhibitor, but
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
don't know. This Varus has
think-
quite a lot of wave clear.
Aphelios is very strong, already has his ornament. This tier 2 is
Oh,
taking
maybe
a
it's just
beating.
gone.
Wow.
No.
That is a lot of damage.
80% of the health of the tier 2 turret gone
Successfully
immediately.
defends it for one wave, but imagine they might just be able to brute force this with the Olaf already top. There's no real
Just
way
gone.
they can start a fight without just the Ornn or the Zinja just jumping in.
Mist going down in the side lane was really rough there for them.
Anki looks like he's running down Victator, by the way.
Oh,
He has
lands
the
the
ult flash
undertow.
and ghost, so
Forces a spirit rush over the wall there.
doesn't want to commit to it.
Of course,
Ariel as well,
Ari's
so-
spirit rush at this point in the game on a very short cooldown. Not even
Ari
on the
very
16
difficult
yet.
to kill, honestly, for an Olaf when he's not in just complete open ground. She can just hop over walls, and Olaf gets to do it once with a flash, but
You got full
not the
resets
ideal
come
matchup
down
for
as
the
well.
Olaf. Calamity's Blade also now on 3 items, the 300 gold shutdown on this Ornn, so it is not just an easy time for this Olaf anymore in this lane. He still will win the 1v1, but it will take a long time.
Oh,
Cancels the backwards
misses the
Sunfly's cape.
undertow. Well, I'm not
So,
sure about that.
Frankie being
Kickless is
forced
on
to
the flank.
stay.
Does catch him out with the ward though. I've got to say, I'm not sure about this death stance on the Olaf. Like, I understand. I would have preferred to see
would
him
you
more,
prefer
to
to
be
see?
honest.
A more? Yeah, I would like to see a more.
Not sure. That Aphelios is quite terrifying. He does have the Typhoon now, the Ornn upgrade. Undertow lands,
The
but he
Undertow,
knows
thank
Kickless
you,
is
but
here. Oh,
he is surrounded by 5
the
players.
rest
That
of the
is not
team
where you
comes
want to
down.
be.
Big gore drinker though, but it's not going to be enough. Overextending a little bit in the side lane there.
We've seen some crazy plays from Olaf these past couple of days, but even I didn't have much hope for him there. That's 5 players into one Olaf. I mean, the Gordringer heal is going to be huge, but further than that,
Yeah,
not much hope there.
got Grievous wounds from the Ornn as well, so
Yeah, I expect to see a
40%
4-1 now from Valhalla. Hickless likely just taking over this top side jungle, 3 members down mid, and then Ornn pushing top, so they should be able to
Nico's-
transition this into a top
Nico's
tier
solo
2, I
pushing with
imagine.
Mist for cover, but it looks like they're just running it down mid lane. Baron has gone
Baron
now.
is down though, so it may be more difficult than it sounds, but if they transition into this top tier 2 like they are doing, it should be a pretty easy take. AG a little bit slow on this play. Not sure where Nico lol is, but
Prime sub from Charlie there. Thank you very much, Charles. Really appreciate that.
perfect.
Very kind of you.
Incredible.
Looks like 5 man onto the tier 2 top side.
There it is. There's that tier 2 play, so very
Oh.
easy takes once you have this middle tier 2 tower going down.
So what did they
Easy
get?
transitions.
We got 3 towers and an inhibitor.
It is now a 5k gold lead for Valhalla, which is a lot more scary than a 2k gold lead.
Starting to balloon slightly. Where is this gold
Ornaments
lead, though?
coming through as
Yeah,
well.
here we
have,
go.
Like,
All coming through for the Olaf now.
there's the more. We have 3 ornaments, including the Orns already. That's 3,000 gold lead, bear in mind, just by itself, pretty much equivalent. And we also almost have a Rabadans coming in for Victator, which just means this Varus' life is going to be an absolute nightmare. This Ari is going to be one-shotting
It's
pretty
also
much anyone she touches.
nice to see the Banshees from the Ari as well, like into all this
Yeah.
targeted pick, these skill shot pick champs like Varus Thresh.
Absolutely.
Banshees
It's
is
going to
absolutely
be so hard to kill her when she's ducking and diving and
Dictator's
weaving.
on the
But
flank.
Missed in
Spirit
trouble.
rushes in. Oh,
Looks like he's
Nico
going to have
does
to go
flash the
down.
charm.
The Zonia's AG is just having to run immediately, and the Sony's not really
Oh,
picked much.
the
But flash
flash
forward from
charm!
Dictator. Nico goes down. Very
Nico
clean kill
really
from
feeling the
Dictator.
lack of that cleanse now, forcing Panky to reset. Victator's just blowing flashes left, right, and centre.
It looks like that's an easy inhibitor, and they should be able to look for the dragon as an exit objective too.
They could have looked for more, but they didn't have a wave in the mid lane, but they are happy to take the dragon as well. Puts them on soul point.
5k? How about
this-
6k? What about 7k? Huh?
This Ari
like gold?
is not good for them at all.
This, I mean, we saw it in the pre-game overview. In the draft as well, we were picking it up. The Ari just looks like an absolute beast in the hands of Dictator. Huge win rate in solo queue. His might actually not be his most played. I think it's third most played, but highest win rate by far. Looks like something unleashed in this game one.
Very scary stuff.
Not to overlook the 700 gold bounty on Aphelios, who
Absolutely.
has a stopwatch, who has an upgraded Gale Force, has a Bloodthirster, and is going to be very hard to kill, especially with Amelia by his side. Baron started by Valhalla.
Absolutely. We got item breakpoints coming in soon. Mist does have that Rabadons, but I think this is just going to be gone.
Nagod might be looking for a steal.
Goes into the pit. Oh, it was close.
Hero
It was
play,
very
doesn't
close.
quite get it.
Almost
Loses his
gets out of
life.
the
Hickless gets over the wall with Shipex. I think he might have figured his stopwatch, but I don't think it'll matter. Mist
Oh,
might
the
be
Call of
clipped.
the
He gets
Forge
clipped
God
by the
just catch-
Ornhorn. Spectator have ult. He does.
We got Ghost coming out from Sipex as well.
I think it might all
Oh,
be
the
over.
damage
This is the
from
nail in the coffin.
Aphelios.
Mist, you may run, but you can't hide from this Shipex. He is going to do a lot of damage, as they say in the biz. But actually, it looks like they're going to ignore him and just go for the end.
Looks like that might be all she wrote game one. Oh,
Oh,
Calamy's Blade stops
the cancel
Panky's
for his
reset.
thank you.
And then
There it
TP's in
is.
his face.
And
The
nothing you can do about that,
absolute
Olaf, and there it
disrespect.
is. Game one going over to Valhalla, so... Again, as we've seen from these previous two AG games, pretty even early game. Maybe could have had a little bit better movement to capture some of these early objectives, like the dragon, but Valhalla are ultimately running away with it with a couple of Baron takes and some very, very impressive dives, if I might say.
Really interesting stuff. Again, it looks like the that early dive at 5 minutes. That 5-minute dive onto the bot side really put them so far behind. It felt like AG's bot side never really recovered after that dive.
Absolutely. Even in the 2v2, this Aphelios Melio just managed to get small advantages. 10, 15, 20 CS, which eventually ballooned into that 4-man dive. A 1 for 2, which put Aphelios just right in the position to be able to carry this game.
Really crazy stuff from both teams. So what are we feeling for modifications for game 2?
I think AG have to take this Ari away. It's been absolutely huge the whole game. Like you said, blowing flashes left and right. I think he got 3 flashes in that last team
Oh,
fight,
that's 3
just
flashes,
by
yeah.
himself off 1 ult.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. I didn't mind the Olaf top, but there was no real way. Maybe because of the lack of TP, I'm not sure. There's no real way to get him into these fights. Even though he had these 5 kills early, there's no way really for him to fight without just 4 people jumping on him. So that was a real problem.
I think we
for
had
Panky.
the little bit of difficulty as well was how the 2 to 3 minutes that Ornt spent bot side testing the
Mhm.
dragon,
Yeah.
and he wasn't punished. The
Mhm.
wave was frozen topside against him.
They're
So that by
losing
the
XP in
time
gold, but no
Yeah.
plates taken, like you said.
by the time that he made it back, he just caught the next wave. Like
Yeah.
no pressure generated from this Olaf really. I think it was a difficult decision being made.
Absolutely, and maybe they could have joined the fight if they had a TP. I think obviously the flash is quite important, especially when you're playing against mobile carries like Ari. But I think Ari's probably going to get away if she wants to anyway. If she has that ult up, and everyone else in the team, once they're caught by an undertow, actually doesn't maybe require the flash to chase. So not sure about some of the summoners' choices here. Again, a couple of cleansers, maybe a teleport here and there, but.
Like, I think the cleanse on Nico would have been crucial there for him surviving
Mhm.
these Ari one-shots.
Yep. So
Teams are prepping
looks
for
like we
game
might be
2.
going straight to game 2.
Get into the
Spectator.
spectator lobby.
There
There we
we
go.
go.
Beautiful.
He's still
Teams are
streaming
lining
the
up.
client, by the way. Don't know if you want to.
No,
But,
no. I've got it on the.
there we go.
The modifications. Definitely an Ari ban.
Definitely an Ari ban.
I feel
see
like
if we
I could
can-
see.
Still got the bans.
I feel like I could see AG letting the Aatrox through. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, this being said, each time we've seen these players get their signature picks, they have done a lot on them, more than they have done on other picks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Negard, when he did get his Olaf on Thursday, really did roll over a lot of people.
He's a monster.
In that game.
Absolute monster.
He was unstoppable until he got stopped.
Anki is Camille as well in the last series. Absolutely disgusting. Really, really strong. So There's plenty of options. I think giving away the Aphelios Melio for the bot side, AG was possibly a mistake. I think that bot lane duo is very, very, very strong at the
You
moment.
say that, but if you're going on known information, there are no visible Aphelios games for Shipex in his match history. So potentially, maybe if you're playing at this level, you want to be looking at the actual meta. But I don't blame them for really not banning it away.
No,
but
no.
maybe they should be looking for it in this next time. Maybe banning the Melio would be better.
Yeah.
Because Melio is, I mean, every time I've seen this champion, looks absolutely disgusting.
Really, really, really great champion from Riot Games there. Thank you.
Also, bans on Melio increase the chance of seeing an Ivan support. So
he really wants
I'm
the
all for
Ivan
that.
support.
I'm just saying, there's games here on Ivan support. I want to see the Ivan support.
He
Come
wants
on,
the
now.
Ivan support. I do not blame him. Casting an Ivan
I'm
support.
not saying
game.
it's a good pick, but come on, give me an Ivan support. Give me the Z mid. Like, let's just give me the
You're
even
telling
shroud
us-
Aatrox top. I want to see some spice. Throw me
Telling
some
us in our
spice.
4th game casting together, we have to cast Ivan support and even Shroud Aatrox top lane.
I want to see it.
Bring it on.
I want to see it.
I'm all
Yeah,
for it.
I don't know if you want to go for just a quick 30-second break to catch our breaths before this game starts. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I imagine the players will want a quick break. Just time to run ads. I don't know if you figured that out yet.
No,
or...
I forgot to set that up.
Okay, never mind. We'll just keep going. You're stuck with us, folks.
Like the last 2 players are probably they're going for their
The tea.
they're
No
going
one's
for
called
tea.
them for their din-dins.
Call for din-dins, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can't pause it now. It's a live game.
An online game, Mark. Dictator to drop
I'll
into the
get
last
banned.
slot. So AG on blue side for this game.
Yep, I assume that was their choice. I assume
I
losers
think
get
so,
to
yeah.
pick. I know last game we just had alternating sides, but
So the league rules for this division are it's alternating unless I think it's always alternating.
oh, okay. So
Um,
higher seed will get picked first, or maybe just starts blue side. I'm not sure.
I believe so. I believe the higher seed starts blue side, and they just alternate from what I was seeing last time.
Okay.
But
Fair enough. So
there's possibly someone in chat who can confirm that's just what I was reading in chat last time.
yeah, sure.
Waiting
So
on
blue
Dictator.
side.
Blue side. So they get
blue
first
side
pick
obviously
priority.
they get first pick, but they lose out on the counter pick on R5.
I know
so...
Tenchi has been playing Melio,
Okay.
so this could be a first.
So maybe instead of
B1
banning it
takeaway.
away, we could see a pick on Melio. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see Aurelion Sol from Mist, but I understand it is a difficult champion to pilot through the early game.
Really difficult.
But
It's such a risk.
really,
reward.
I just want to see. Give me an Aurelion Sol, give me a Zed, give me an Ivan support, give me an even Shroud Aatrox top. Just throw it all in there. Let's
Mix
see
it up and we'll
I'm
see what
hoping for
happens.
3 games today. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping for 3 games.
I feel like in this series and in the last series as well, AG are not looking lifeless at all. They've got fire.
There's definitely game, especially early.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe a bit more movement from their jungler. He's been, I mean, aside from the Olaf game 1 on Thursday and game 1 today, couldn't quite get any moves going. So maybe, I mean, I kind of want to see him back on the Olaf. You know, if they can get their hands on Olaf, as good as Panky looked and as good as many advantages he got in that early game, Negar just looks such a beast on it.
Absolutely. I really think he could do work with that. But it depends what they're prioritizing for their B1. I feel like it's going to be tough. Whatever they take B1, they're going to lose a lot of power.
What's a good blind? I mean, junglers are generally fine blind if you're picking something like a Vi.
Ishwani, Maokai.
If Mist plays it, you could potentially look for an Ari takeaway if you want to ban something more like the Akali.
Got Gragas as well, which is a
Yep.
quadruple flex.
Played that on
actually.
Thursday. You can play Gragas everywhere. I don't know if Tenchi or anyone else plays it, but could do. Whatever happens, I want to see Panky continue his carry spree. I don't want any Ornn or Sion on the side of AG.
No,
at least in the top lane.
I feel like
Let's see
that would
Panky on these
possibly be a mistake.
carry champions. Because he did get the better of Calamity's Blade in that game 1. And it was a good matchup for Panky, don't get me wrong. Olaf 1 obviously generally going to go into the hands of the Olaf. But maybe he can still make moves. I expect so. He's if we're just going on pure stats, Panky is a master player. He's very proficient at League of Legends.
He knows
We'll
what
see.
his buttons do.
Absolutely. And maybe AG want to transition something to more like a more enchanter bot lane, because so far we have seen engage from this bot lane duo in the
Absolutely.
champions, and we know that Tenchi can play these enchanters. So maybe something more like a Lulu would suit better. There's less pressure to get ahead early. You can sit rest back on your laurels a little bit, play something like a Zera and a Felios, or even a Zaya. Or maybe something like a Rakan,
We got
So,
Redis coming in from
good playmaking.
Valhalla here, waiting for the ready back from AG. We can get into draft.
Mm-hmm.
Any second now.
Oh, we should get some polls going as well in the chat as well, where possible.
Oh yeah, another thing I need to set.
Who dares defy my will?
E1 takeaway from
Okay.
Jarvan from
Jarvan ban
AG.
again. Maybe
A little
I
bit.
wonder if this was more to do with AG's bot lane pool. Maybe they're playing these immobile champions that can't get over walls. I mean, generally AD carries can't, but not willing to play something like an Ezreal or a Lucian, perhaps. Not surprised to see the Hecarim ban again.
The
The
bans
Jinx
from
ban.
last game as well from AG.
These are the same bans so far, so no flex at all
No move
yet.
on their
I
draft.
expect an Ari ban on B3 ban, but we'll see.
I mean, I just don't think it's worth baiting the Ari first pick. A counter pick. I just think get rid of it.
If Mist can play it, maybe they do just take it away. They've shown they're not afraid to do that on Thursday with Panky taking away the Camille from Bergman.
There goes the Maokai. It feels like Valhalla will just answer back with Aphelios Melio again if they take away the Ari. But then I suppose whatever you take, they're probably going to take the other.
I will say maybe Mist just isn't. Maybe he just thinks, hey, that was an off game. I'll just pick Silas. I can't imagine Aurelion Sol is great into Ari, but we know he can play Silas.
Yeah,
he has
he's
a
got
great win rate on it. A lot of games under his belt.
Yeah.
And Ari Silas, pretty good matchup. Goes pretty even, I imagine, early.
Same 3 bans.
There's the Vi again, so again, I expect Vi's for the Ari. That 2v2 is absolutely disgusting, even more so than Xin Zhao, Ari bot mid 2v2. So there's the Olaf ban.
Takeaway. So that hits 2 players on AG as well.
That's 2 players now. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this blind pick is at the start. I think previously been AG for a bot lane. So there's the Amelia.
There's Amelia.
I like it. I wonder if Nico will pick up the Lucian because he does have a fair number of games on it.
Obviously, they left the we forgot about the Aatrox.
Disgusting.
Left the Aatrox open there.
I like Aatrox here. It's a good blind traditionally. We know that Calamity can play it.
Nico has been playing a lot of Aphelios recently, so this is quite a good takeaway. Valhalla's side there.
Are we thinking of Felios Lulu or something like that?
Thresh, perhaps. Just Thresh less good into Melio, but
they don't have to pick the support just yet.
Not terrible.
They could relieve that for Red 3. This could just be an Ari pickup or something like that. I'd like to see the Ari again if they're given it. I mean, he looked absolutely insane on it in Game 1 Dictator.
Really
so
taking
away the Lulu. I'm kind of surprised, but maybe they're just not quite willing to take the Ari into a blind just yet.
Might want a little bit more information before they commit to side lanes, solo lanes. Viego. Okay. Another AD jungles.
I love Viego. I think he's such a cool champion.
Feast or famine?
I don't know if has Negard played much Viego. I don't think there's much in his match history, but I mean, if you can play every other champion, you can play Viego, right? So
no doubt about
maybe
that.
That's fine. Not a particularly complicated kit. But...
Kickless has 100 games on Viego, so it's a little bit of a takeaway, to be honest.
Is this going to be an Aatrox blind? Not going for the Ari yet. I really expected an Ari to be locked in here, but 100% AG should be banning this Ari away, unless Mist has something in his pocket.
Unless he's got something. Jack's permaband as well. Panky is never getting his hands on that champion. Absolutely not.
So far.
There goes the Ari.
Yeah.
Not allowing
With the Jax ban, I wonder if Valhalla are looking to play something like I was going to say Gragas, but actually they've already got Aatrox, so I guess Jax is just great into Aatrox generally, so fair enough.
Very fun matchup to play, that is.
Aurelion Sol is open still.
Hmm,
So AG could be looking for Aurelion Sol, but maybe it's a bit of a game of chicken.
they'd have to
Maybe they don't
blind.
want to pick it until Ari's picked.
They
And
probably have to blind it. Thank you's Jace gone.
Jace, man. So Aurelion Sol still coming through. I don't know what Aurelion Sol's. If I'm being honest, I don't know what you want to be playing around with Aurelion Sol.
I'm gonna say there's
I don't know
another
what kind
jungler
of
down.
junglers you're looking, but we just know that Mist plays a lot of Aurelion Sol and seems to be very good at it. So I'm just excited. But
I think the early game junglers are quite good with Aurelion Sol to counteract the fact that he kind of doesn't do anything for the first 25 minutes of the game. So your Elisas, your Pantheons, Rek'Sai, things like that complement quite well. They can kind of hold down the early game until Aurelion Sol's scaled up. Poppy!
Valhalla. Going to the Poppy, I was about to say
Poppy
straight back onto
jungle.
the Zinja, but Poppy in the jungle.
Oh, we've got a hover.
Imagine good matchup into a Viego.
It's an
There's
Aurelion
the
Sol.
Aurelion Sol ban. I love it.
Beautiful.
I absolutely love it. Really throwing down the gauntlet to
Nice.
Dictator.
Looks like we might be putting Pankyo on tank duty up here.
Hey, as much as I said I didn't want it, the one exception I would have had is Ornn, because Pankew's Ornn looks like it is very powerful.
He's hovering the Teemo.
If we see it,
There
I
we
saw
go,
it
there it
Teemo,
is.
but okay, Ornn, perfect.
Absolutely.
We love to see an Ornn. Pankew. I think this team
And
just
honestly,
looks great.
very well-rounded
Good front
draft
to
from
back.
AG.
Great front to back.
Yeah.
Especially with an Ash, you have that non-committal engage. With the Ashel, with the Ornal, you have Emilio to peel back.
Charlie spamming
Nothing
the Ornn emotes in
gets-
chat. Beautiful.
Nothing particularly to punish with this Poppy W. Apart from maybe the Ornn E, I guess, and the Viego W, but Lissandra coming in
Sandra.
for Dictator. I'm a huge fan, actually. The more I... As soon as you locked that in, I was like, okay, we know that Valhalla like to dive. They successfully did it 3 or 4 times in game 1. It blew the game wide open, and Lissandra has these roam timers. Probably more difficult with the mid lane changes.
It has,
I'll
the other
admit,
thing it has to be
but-
said is that they have this big AoE crowd control champion in Lissandra. They have the point and click polymorph from the Lulu, but they are playing this into Emilio. So if
This is true.
If this Lissandra goes all in to try and shut down this Aurelion Sol, and gets the Lissandra Frozen Tomb gets instantly cleansed by Emilio's ultimate, kind of leaves her a bit high and dry there.
What if this Lissandra tries to kill the Emilio? If she ults the Emilio, he ain't cleansing that. So
True.
either
True.
way, I think
The
cleansers
Lissandra
have pretty high value on both sides here. Ashel's coming through.
To be honest, I'm just not a fan of this Lissandra pick.
Really?
It's not
You're
a real
fan?
no, not a real fan of it.
I think the dive potential on the side of Valhalla is huge, especially when you're playing Lulu with something like a Poppy that can tank the tower. I think the AG have to be really careful of these early game dives through like levels.
It just
3
feels
to 6,
to
3
me
to
that
9.
Valhalla cannot front to back with this team.
I don't think they're going to look to front to back though. They never front to backed in game 1. I think they're just going to look to get ahead early with these side lane dives. Look for dragons early on, contest these objectives, and try and get picks. We'll have to see. I think it front to back, I'd give the advantage to AG absolutely, but it's about AG getting smoothly into that mid to late game. Because mid to late game they have huge advantage. You know, they have an Aurelion Sol, they have an Ornn, even Viego late game is pretty disgusting.
Kickless did show in game 1 as well that as a jungler, his pathing was very, very strong.
Absolutely.
He was his angles were really good. He's being an absolute terror across the map, appearing at every different angle.
For sure.
The dives from behind, mid tier 1 as well.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I am just going to run for 1 minute because my phone says about to go on a 12-hour night shift. So
okay.
I'll return almost immediately, but I just want to say goodbye. I'll be back.
He's going to be back. Go and grab my water. Second. Like we are heading into the game.
Like ships in the night.
That's it.
We're back.
Straight in.
Straight in. We'll function in. What's the button to zoom again? I can't remember.
Control Shift Z.
I was not tabbed in, that's why. Okay.
They can
So
zoom
we're
out
in.
really far.
Real far. You can go
goodness,
real
look at
far.
this.
I
Wow,
know.
you could
Let's just
just-
have it so we can see the whole map, and
you
then
could
we're
just
always
zoom
seeing the
out.
same thing.
Forever, apparently. Look at this. Doesn't
Okay,
diminish the health bars of the tower, though.
Okay.
Right.
Immediate spice being picked up by Kickless. We have a disconnect connection already in a pause. That's not ideal, but Kickless has noticed there's an ignite on this Ornn. That isn't a flash, and that is not an unsealed spellbook Ornn.
That is Teleport Ignite. So he's looking to bop this
Pankyu
Aatrox.
cannot shake these carry boots, can he? They are just
Absolutely
ready to
not.
play. Man, I'm ready to see this. There's a cleanse on the Aphelios, which I like to see.
It's taking the cleanse because we do have Enchanted Crystal
Um,
Arrow to worry about.
Absolutely, and that is an absolute terror. As we saw on Thursday, AG really struggled to deal with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Lethal Tempo on the Ash.
Cleanse from Mist as well. Obviously, he's playing into Lysandra. You kind of need
I
that.
like, for sure. No TP, though, could make it a bit of a struggle, but I mean, they should be pretty central in the map anyway, so getting to these objectives shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Once he starts putting ranks into his W as well, in sort of mid to late game,
This is true, yeah.
we're going to have a
Pretty
lot of
easy to move
mobility
around the
across
map.
the map.
Phase
Also-
rush on this Poppy.
Yeah, you'd like to see that. Although, I mean, I'd have liked to have seen a Dark Harvest. But,
on the
know,
Poppy, okay.
Dark Harvest
Um,
into
Yeah, I mean,
really
I was going to
disgusting.
say, if you're looking for stuff like dives early on, Aftershock can have quite a lot of value, because if you're gonna be the one tanking the tower, obviously, if you've got an Aphelios Lulu. However, Phase Rush also gets you out of dodge pretty quick, so you can maybe dodge a tower shot with that. So,
Looks like we have.
don't mind it too much.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
on
there we go.
pause now.
We're back in.
AG are looking for a kill onto Calamity's Blade immediately.
We got 4-man
Might need to
top
blow his
lane.
flash here.
Oh,
We'll
he does
see.
blow his
Get past the
flash as well.
So, unfortunate for the Aatrox, but with Ornn still having no flash.
Got a
A little
classic,
bit of a pause, but
classic pause at the
um,
start of the game while Spectator catches up with itself.
I expect that's from the pause because it'll have to reset
Yeah.
the spectator delay.
Yeah,
Um,
there it goes.
Not too much harm done. Aatrox shouldn't struggle too much. I don't know if Viego will particularly be hovering top, but that being said, with an Ignite on the Ornn, maybe they're looking to make plays here. And just chill bot lane, so...
Chipex has dropped his ward on the red buff of bot side, so they'll know when Nagard's starting, but Nagard's possibly looking for an invade. Late invade in the top side.
Invade.
He's going to run into
Doesn't look like
Kickless. Victator's
Valhalla
moving back
are
towards the mid
aware.
lane.
They know where Kickless is by the looks of this as well, and it looks like he suspects too, so...
Alternating
we'll see
pings
where this
going
clash
down.
happens.
Crystalline Calamity's blade is sat in the first bush of the lane as well.
He's ready to counter this and run
Kickless
in.
did see
but
that. He knows they're coming.
Looks like Blade might be just looking for a quick push on this. Kickless forced
Let's
out.
get the knock up as well.
Maybe forced to
from
flash. There he
Kickless.
goes.
Is Victator
And he
moving?
forced probably onto his blue. Panky
Not really.
really playing the menace here.
They're forcing him off, yeah. Like a takeaway of the red buff. They've got wards on AG's
like
red buff
this.
as well.
I like that proactivity of AG. That's 2 flashes down already in the first 2 minutes of the game. So
the wave doesn't
big advantage
quite
plays.
crash. Guard being harassed by Victator there in the mid lane.
I mean, there's not much Panky can do here. He's already a level down, so we'll see. Clean combo from Calamity's Blade. I'm already liking this Aatrox pick.
Nice, very nice. Evens it up both at level 2 there. Kickless is going straight onto the other side. It's been a split map in every game.
Every game.
Every game has had the split map
Every
at the
game.
start. These early game moves from AG's top side. Very strong. It's just whether they can
It's a
transition them
full
into
clear
leads.
as well. So far, it's 3 camps into top gank by looks things with Viego. So Calamity's Blade looks like he smells it, but he's
He
going
is
to have to be a bit
behind.
careful.
Hallowed Mist is going to
Here
spot
comes
him out.
Negard. Misses the W though, so it looks like Calamity's Blade is going to get out scot-free.
Got red buff.
Bit of
Lands
damage
the
going down,
W.
but I mean, Negard's getting kind of smacked around here.
Blasted
He's got to be a little bit
Yeah, he's gonna have to
careful.
flash.
That's the flash. Calamity's Blade in 1v2 gets ignited by Panky. No
Victator
Q
is
available. A
looking.
long cooldown on the Darkin Blade in the early levels, but
Going back in.
maybe
I
just
think,
trying to stall it out. He has the passive available for the big heal. If you can get the look for it.
I think Calamity's Blade might be okay. The 2v1.
Just gets to walk out. Oh, unless, thank you.
Oh,
Just
it's
about
the
gets out,
flash.
but
Victator
Victator
flashes
over
under
the
tower
wall.
to take him.
What a great roam from
Unbelievable.
Victator. I mean, that play was so slow. He had absolutely had time, and red buff on this Lissandra now.
God, looking
With the
quite
TP
sad
ready.
about that.
Calamity's Blade played that exquisitely. I mean,
Really played it
Negard just
well.
had to blow his flash. It's a 1v2. That just shows the power of hitting these sweet spots on Aatrox. And again, like I was saying, this guy, he plays Aatrox. He's not to be trifled with.
You're a bit of an Aatrox aficionado yourself, so you've...
I just think, so far from what we've seen from these teams, every time these players have got their signature champions, it has looked brilliant. It's looked great. And I'm also very excited about this Aurelion Sol mid because already has a CS advantage, obviously Victator having to take that roam, so losing a little bit there. But, you know, if Mist's just left to stack, could be a real problem for Valhalla in the late game.
Very matched junglers here, both on their blue buffs on the opposing sides. Looks like the split map has resolved itself. No moves at the bottom. Anki has held his TP. Like Calamity's Blade is partially freezing this top wave, but he does have a cannon, so it's pushing out.
Ooh. Nico caught by the root, but doesn't look like anything's going to happen
There's a
there.
little
But
bit
Hex
low
Flash
on
for the
mana.
Poppy coming over into the bot lane. Looks like might be
He's
looking for
warded,
something,
though.
but
Does Tenchi hit the Q?
Emilio
Yep.
gonna
Knocked him straight
really
back.
just that champion is. It's almost
Nico
somehow worse
turning
than
aggressive.
a Morgana bind. Negard is just on his way. I keep saying his. I mean, I don't actually know. Should really say they.
There, yeah. It looks like Kickless is moving back into take the chickens of Nagard because he knows they're in the bot side. He's going to walk over the
I
scuttle
like
vision.
it. I like it. Good moves from Kickless. Panky taking a little bit of damage and trades from Calamity's Blade.
We got pings coming down onto Tribush. Victator is moving down. Looks like
I
they
like
could be
this
planning for
move.
another 4. The
See, this is what I'm
4v3.
talking about with this Lissandra. You've got to be really careful with it, but Shipex has to be careful.
Ooh, flash
Force
heal.
the flash.
You
Might be able
summoners
to
down.
turn this though.
Oh
Still going to be
dear.
a 4v3.
Here
Here comes the Poppy.
Knocks
Negard's in
Nagard
real
back.
trouble. No flash for Negard. Should be an easy pickup for Valhalla.
Quick takedown. Missed as well. Just sat in the mid lane. You got to move, my guy. You got to move.
Might be able to deny movement in. Looks like Victator will lose a couple of creeps and get some damage down on this tower for Mist, but
Kickless is resetting, so it does look like they're looking for Dragon.
Missed
Valhalla's
at
bot
28
lane
stacks.
also resetting.
it's got to be said, somewhat harder for Aatrox for Aurelion Sol to stack when you have no laning opponent. You're not
Yep.
going to get any stacks from that queue.
Not as if he's
Doesn't
gained a
have to
big
stack from the
CS
W,
advantage
the E,
either.
but, yeah. And Panky going aggressive with the ignite though. Calamity's Blade forced the
Oh!
flash, takes the solo kill on
Takes
the
him
wall.
down.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
This guy's a carry. You put him on an Ornn, he's going to carry. You put him on a Camille, he's going to carry. You put him on an Olaf, he's going to carry.
You know Ornn's an assassin, so that doesn't surprise anyone here.
Didn't even require the ult. I know somebody in chat is going to be particularly pleased with that play.
Yeah. We have a couple of resident Ornn fans. Got pings coming down from Kickless. He's moving towards the bot lane. Nico's taking a lot of damage. Also doesn't have...
Let's make a move.
Let's
They
have
don't
the
see him come in
flash.
as well. Kickless has the flash, but
I think he was
looks like they
maybe
smell
spotted
something
on that
from
ward
there.
in Dragon Pit
Could have
there.
been spotted on that ward. Should be a Dragon start for Valhalla though. Yeah, they got the.
Does mean
they
a
got the
takeaway from
moves.
Dragon as AG's bot lane is forced to reset.
I know he's doing it, but I don't think there's anything
Anki
they can
has
do
had
about
to
it.
reset as well. He's low after that last engagement. Does blow his TP to get back to the top lane, so it's just a full concede of the Drake.
Gold so far in this game, very even. Only 100 or 2 gold in it. First Drake going over to Valhalla though. They'll probably be looking for these early Drakes because AG, like we said, have the scaling advantage.
Light level
So they're
advantage
going
from
to need to
Victator
get
the
ahead in this
lane.
mid to late, early to mid game.
The guard's going to find Kickless on his chickens. This is the third time Kickless has taken them away, so it's getting quite annoying.
Aurelion Sol not great in the early skirmishes though, so I
No.
don't know what Negard can really do here.
He
With
does get
Sandra
the
somehow getting the
smite.
first move, Mist giving up the priority, so it
Oh,
looks
the
like he might be
frozen
going
tomb comes in,
down.
but the ult from Aurelion Sol brings it down. Can he answer back 1-for-1?
There it is.
No, he can't.
1v1 still going on top lane. Ornhorn popped, as is the World Ender. Clamsy's Blade taking a lot of damage.
Rocks the brittle, but just walks away. Leaves it to it.
Ornn once again getting being the favourite out of these trades. Triple cloth armor, making sure of that.
My God, really taking the beat down here from Nicholas. Really
Yeah.
bullying him around in his own jungle. Victator's cleared mid wave and he's
Absolutely.
looking to roam topside. Panky
Went
has
on-
pushed up. No sums, no ultimate.
When not on this his signature Olaf, Megard does seem to have been struggling, and Panky really running away with this lane. Aatrox being denied CS in the Ornn matchup. That's not where you want to be.
Like Negard's going straight for the Herald. Not even hesitating.
Megard also looking like he's wanting something like a Kraken Slayer as
Yeah,
a
by the
first
looks of
item.
things,
Or-
yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be Shield Bow as well, but I mean, probably the Kraken Slayer. Looking for the carry Viego, which
in the
I mean,
bot
to be
lane.
fair, when you've got an Ornn and an Aurelion Soul, fair enough. But
Another
Lissandra with another move.
Another move
AG,
towards the bot side.
They got to be really careful. If
This
Valhalla
is,
can loop around below Krugs, then they could be in trouble.
Poking his head up topside, but does walk over a ward in Pixel Bush. I've been playing quite a bit of Lissandra recently. It's astonishing how much of a bully she can actually be.
She is brutal. She has a lot of damage. Calamity Blade's in trouble in the top lane.
Oh, he
Negard
does
gets the ult.
get the dive, and they do survive.
Nice
but
little dive from AG.
it looks like Kickless is looking to answer it. He is behind AG's bot side.
Look out, Nico Wally. Go for Tenshi,
Really
actually.
good flash from Nico there.
Good flash.
Flashing the poppy E.
Good
Moonlight
flash from
Vigil goes
both.
wide.
Both bot laners, but does open them up from a repeat gank.
Miss going aggressive. Big Tater going aggressive on Miss, sorry.
Trade. 76 stacks on the Aurelion Soul. I don't know if that's good or bad, a good or bad rate, but
That's
seems
fairly
pretty
good.
good.
Looks like he's only maybe 20 or maybe 15 stacks away from the Sky's Descend.
Well, you
You're
got to bear
right.
in mind it only starts stacking from when you level it on level
you can
6,
see the
so it'll
bar.
be a few more than that.
You can see the bar above his ultimate
Oh,
click on him. You can see how he's like three
Really?
quarters,
Okay.
maybe 80% of
I
the way
see.
there.
fair enough.
You were
never
right. We've
mind,
got
but-
the Kraken Slayer on the way for the Viego as well.
Here comes the
Kick-
Poppy though. Mist looks like he's in trouble.
it's
The flash from
flashy-
Poppy.
Oh, the cleanse flash,
Flash from Mist though.
Really clean.
Looks like he should be fine with a W. Absolutely brilliant escape, but still
Really,
going to be
really
bleeding
clean cleanse. flash.
minions. Going to be bleeding plates and no teleport again. Even though it was a good escape due to the cleanse, no teleport for this Aurelion Soul. That's going to be a big advantage to Valhalla, even without the kill.
Dictator free to just hammer on this mid lane tower now. Gotta be said, I
Thank
don't think
you.
the God's got a single like camp of his chickens this entire game. Kickless has been
It doesn't feel like
relentless
it,
in the
does it?
counter jungling.
Not too far behind on the CS though. Not too far behind, and
And it up well.
item-wise, no boots yet, so going to be a little bit slow to the plays. But he's got the damage. If he can get the auto attacks off, they'll be slapping. Thank you, still being such a bully in this top lane, just denying Calamity's Blade.
Both junglers topside.
Up
Call of
in
the
the
Forge God doesn't come
Ornn
out. They're looking to dive him again. Viego
Dive
does
with
have his
Megard.
ult, so
They have
this
the damage,
should
but
be a
TP
death.
coming through from Victator.
Takes him out.
Maybe able to trade. Kickless is here too, but Victator's gone the other way.
Oh,
Bit
Mist
of a
is coming up as well.
miscommunication
Panky's
from
quite
Valhalla,
low.
But
Kickless fails
Panky
the
might be
stun.
out here with Mist. Might be able to trade this onto Kickless. Good poppy ult. Aurelion's
Mist
all over the wall, so he
fly
can't
off
get hit.
away.
I mean,
1-for-1.
it's a 1-for-1, but I really feel both teams could have done more there.
Crucially, it's more gold onto Victator.
This is true. Victator again. Great RA performance game 1. The Lissandra's been pretty clean so far as well, making plays happen in both side lanes and mid. So
Nice to see AG's bot side has had a lot of priority this game compared to normally. They've had a lot of control
Absolutely.
over the lane. It's not managed to translate into anything, but it's nice to see.
still down a
Oh,
couple of CS.
Moonlight
That being
Vigil.
said, Shipex with a good ult.
Just for poke. Emilio, absolutely such a terror.
Being done,
Kickless
but
is here
Kickless
to
is on the
punish
way
this.
again. This AG bot lane cannot get a break. Great flash forward from Shipex, gets the root.
Really nice cue from
Good ult there
Tenchi
from
as well.
Melio. That is the power of Melio. But Victator's
Victator's
here
here
again. He's never in lane.
Oh, the
Oh,
enchanted
good
crystal
ult
arrow
from
does
Nico
land.
Waldo. Could be in trouble.
Panky's here. Doesn't have Call of the Forge Guard. Does block the E. You gonna go down? Oh, he looks
Making
like
the
he's
plays. Ornn's going down.
does drop. Fortunate.
AG trying to make moves happen, but just don't quite have the damage just yet. No mythic yet on this Ashe.
This
Not much
does
damage
have
to
the
be had
Skies
otherwise,
Descend as
so-
well. It will be available for the next Dragon fight, but I just don't think they can contest.
Negard laning against Calamity's Blade is not going to go well. Calamity's
can't
Blade
just-
absolutely bodies him.
Taken out under his own tower.
This is no item completed Aatrox, just with the ult, sheer AD, absolutely clapping.
Going for that first item, Black Cleaver. It's just the
Valhalla-
concede of the second dragon again.
Look like, yeah, again, no contestion over this dragon. Thank you, managing to pick up that wave, but
The
And
Andrew's
as
coming
soon
in
as
for
you-
mist.
Calamity's Blade showing, you know what, on strong, but we can still make moves on this Aatrox.
Turret plating.
Going back to clear his jungle. A bot side cap from AG. Not too bad. They've avoided the 4-man dives this game. I think Nico is going to be definitely
not
pleased
been so successful for
that he hasn't
Valhalla
been
so
dove
far, but...
by
In
4
fact,
members again.
AG making these dives play top. Dives
Absolutely.
work top, you know.
Got a
So,
1.5k gold lead for Valhalla. Nothing too extraordinary.
2 dragons though.
Kickless
so-
making a move on the mid lane again. Oh, he
missed
does
W
cancel.
cancelled. Missed no cleanse, no flash.
Guys, Descend comes
Easy
in, but
pick
it's
up.
just too late.
For Victator.
Feel like if he'd have cast his ult right at the start,
Possibly, but
Maybe it made
I
a
didn't
difference,
realise
but-
what. Apparently, Poppy W cancels Aurelion Soul W. I didn't
Yep.
know that. Apparently, cancels a dash. Not getting
both
anywhere,
moving
getting
top
away
lane
with
for
that.
Pankyu as well.
You'd think the dragon would just fly over the Yordle, you know? Do you know what I mean?
Sounds like a
It's
nursery
not like
rhyme.
she's particularly tall. Okay.
Dragon flew over the Yordle.
Yeah. That's the Runeterra version.
Saying that, 5-6 CS lead in the mid lane, nothing too dramatic. Kickless is covering though. Maybe they're looking for the redive on Mist because he has new cleanse.
I like it. Absolutely punish this dragon where possible because he will be unstoppable in this late game given the opportunity.
W
Thank
straight
you,
in,
battling
Kickless
it
is
top
waiting.
lane, but-
Oh, he just blast cone straight over the wall.
Takes
Oh,
the
it's
tower. Mist is
absolutely
just not able to play
disgusting.
the game. That is
Oh
brutal.
no.
Absolutely brutal. You hate to see it. In solo queue, no one in chat can tell me you would not be raging at that. That is just the worst.
And as if it's not happened for the 4th time, the mid jungle of Valhalla are moving topside for Pankyu.
Oh, God.
Again. Does take top tier
This-
1 though.
This 2v2 are so dominant.
Really disgusting. They've
The moves they have are just ridiculous. And
right. Can
looks like
Pankyu
Pankyu's
fancy feet his way
probably
out
gonna
of
lose
this?
his life again. I can't imagine. You can fancy feet all you like, but you don't get to move the feet much against this 2v2.
No.
Does get the EOA, but I mean, Poppy's so fast with phase rush, but misses the Q.
Get the smite.
The
Oh
smite,
my
I mean, he's
God.
got the
Call of
order
Forge
one
God
up,
comes
but
out.
I
He's
really
got
don't
no mana.
think
Oh, he misses
would
it.
really
No, that's
no,
not
he
what you
goes
want
the other way
see.
to try and get away. He's so close.
Oh,
Oh,
Negard gets a
W
W
cancel from the Poppy. Negard. Oh,
I
it's
just want to
tragic.
point out one other thing as well. Kickless is going for the Frostfire Gauntlet on the Poppy.
Interesting. I
Not
like
what I
it.
expected, but very
I kind of
cool.
like it though. The slow with the phase rush just means you can never escape this Poppy.
17 stacks for Mist. Got 5 points in that queue, so he can now
Shit,
cast
going
that
for the ult,
forever.
but Quite land it. Mist is how many stacks he got? Oh, fighting the bot lane though. Chipex and Nico will trade him back and forth, but somehow Aphelios just doesn't take any damage to this
No.
Lulu by his side. Not even any
Lulu is a
Bloodthirster or
disgusting
anything.
Champion. Mist is here though. This is the first time Mist has made a proactive move this game, so this could turn into something really good.
Is
Nope,
this a
he's
Sky
resetting.
Descent? Or
No,
has that been
nowhere
used
near.
already?
he used it in the mid lane to try
Already
and
used,
counteract the
okay.
dive.
Might catch on his
Gotta be
reset,
said,
but in the free-
interestingly,
Yeah.
Mist hasn't been moving very much, but he has put 3 points into his W rather than his E.
Interesting. That's interesting. I wonder why that is.
Going for the
I guess it's
extended
just an
range and
execute,
cooldown
but-
reduction. No, his
Yeah,
W
you
is
don't get much
the
up for double.
light.
Ooh, Tenchies. Yeah, I just mean the E won't give you much if you level it
Yeah.
because it already gives you the execute, you know. So,
like
Tenchi
Kickless
gets
is
his
going for
back
Herald.
and forth.
Oh,
Oh,
Pankyu
thank
steals
you.
the Herald. He picks
That
it up
is-
as well. Oh,
Kiklas had smite. He had smite.
Looks
This looks
like-
good for AG, but
looks
Victator
like
on the
he
flank
might-
actually. Never mind. Mist looks like he's in
oh,
trouble
he
once
just
again.
one-shots him.
Absolutely one shot. Pankyu in trouble also. AG never gets a fight fair, do they?
It's
It's
literally
always a numbers advantage to Valhalla. The movement from this Lysandra. This is what I was saying in draft. You just get to move wherever you want, as fast as you want. Always gets first move. With
feels
these
like
early
Valhalla
pushes.
just have an extra man on the rift at all times.
It absolutely does.
Unfortunately,
6v4 somehow.
the guard is having to just pick up the pieces and catch each of these waves. It has resulted in a 60 CS advantage nearly, but
60 CS.
just 50 CS-ish. It doesn't really matter. Oh, looks like a dive set up. And she might just get one shot.
Oh,
Lissandra's
Nico,
4 levels ahead.
beware.
No.
He spotted, he decides not to. Maybe they're just looking to set up this dragon.
Playing
Negard,
it
though,
safe.
looking for places. The Cloudy's Blade, he misses the W! Negard, you can't be missing those.
All of the Forge God
little
has
flash
been
from
flashed. I
Calamity's
think
Blade,
Calamity's
but
Blade's
still
just
should
going to
go
go
down.
here.
Good pickup for Negard.
Also,
Bounce back, started 0-3, now 3 and 4.
with Negard showing top side.
I was
Yeah,
so
I know,
confused.
I got you there.
Aatrox,
It doesn't mean they're going to concede the dragon. If I can find which button is the jungler, that one.
This will put Valhalla to sole point, so AG gonna have to fight the next one. Although it is Chemtech Soul, which I don't know if there's been any buffs recently. But
For a split second, I thought Tenshi's Ares stole the dragon. Man. For a very slight moment. Herald coming in top side for Panky. That looks like a tier 2 turret possibly going down. It'll be just...
It's the on split push. Look at this.
Goes.
Panky somehow making it work.
Grass prop.
He's fighting. I don't know if he wants to.
Oh, cancel. Oh, almost cancelled the Lissandra there.
Almost cancelled this, Andrew. I know. Probably to Panky's benefit that he didn't cancel it. To be honest, so it may not have been a good thing.
Calamity's Blade right behind him.
Mist is pushed up quite far, but he just gets the W away. By the way,
We said AG's bot lane's doing well in neutralising this Poppy Aphelios. They've not really been able to do anything. Saying that,
Nico taking a
takes
beating.
big chunk and has to
Flash
flash.
in the flash. This
Oh,
Aphelios.
enchanted Crystal Arrow there onto the Lulu. Lulu ult still available.
Going low, but Aphelios just ready to fight. No
Aphelios just
problem.
has
What?
the world's
Kickless is in the
biggest
way
shield.
though.
Oh, Panky's here to
spotted.
answer though. Hex Flash coming out from Kickless over the wall.
See if they can make
Goes
it
on to
work.
Nico, doesn't
AG
get the
still-
stun off. A Call of the
still
Forge
playing
God.
so far up.
Thank you.
I'm really surprised by that, but
AG just have no damage.
Calamity's Blade's here now. It's just a scrap. They can't find a fair fight, but it's a 4v4 for one.
Call of the Forge God comes out. Knocked. Oh, it's a big knock up.
Doesn't cancel the Poppy ult. Negard's going in.
Goes in. He's
Gets
going to
one.
get the reset.
Can he get two? He gets the second. Gets
That's
the
two,
reset.
but he
but
just
can't
get
quite
taken.
get the ult.
Oh, Victator's here now though, and he's mad.
Double kill for
no.
Victator. Triple kill for Victator. Mistakes one. But it's a 3-for-3 overall. I actually thought that went a lot further in favour of Valhalla, but never mind. Negard got 2,
Good.
Mist got 1, Victator took all 3 kills, so
Victator
really the
sitting
carry
at
pants are on this
9-0.
Lissandra. 9-0 on this Lissandra. I mean, not to say I told you so, but I mean, this
Yeah,
champion
he's really
is just
proving.
10 stacks on the Dark Seal, 2 items completed, and 2,000 gold in pocket. This is almost going to be... I wonder if he picks up a Mage Eyes here. Has the gold for it, I think, but no, just declines.
Gonna
Going
risk
for
it.
the...
Oh, lasting one
okay,
is
going
going
for the Void Staff.
staff. Good pick.
Fair
up, to
enough
be
if you're
honest.
playing into one.
Trinity Force comes in for Viego.
Yeah, completely. I like that. It's not something I've tried, but
I've seen quite a bit of this.
I like the
Kraken
idea.
Slayer into Triforce on Viego. I've seen it a few times. Seems really interesting.
like
Seems really
it.
strong. A lot of burst.
2 items completed mostly across the board. The AD carries a little bit behind in gold because most of the fight's been behind.
Nicholas has just been a
been
menace.
back in
He's
top.
just sat in the jungle.
He is just always there.
Oh,
Negard
he-
cannot
he-
move without somebody jumping at him.
Shipex does
Shipex
blast
going
code straight
forward.
into the
He has
fight.
the purple gun. Swapped to it during the fight, but
Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes and it does hit Shipex.
lands. Shipex could be in trouble. Mists here. He's got the ult.
Oh, does take him down. Looks like Kickless might be in trouble as well. Panky's wrapping
Great
around as
play
well to
from
catch him out.
Mist. Oh,
Flashes
good
the knock
flash
up.
from Kickless right at the last second.
Very beautiful.
Loses one though. Advantage AG on there.
Calamity's
Baron
Blade
is
is
up,
about
but-
to hit their bot tier 2 though, which is a little bit scary.
Getting that split push. Just don't know. They can't start Baron off that or anything.
Forced Mist
Can't
to
just let this
rotate bot
Aatrox
side to
to,
catch this wave, and again, Mist, no TP, and Tower's going to go down anyway. That is not what you want to see. Oh, they're going
Kickless
on to Nico
catches
the mid lane.
Nico on the top. No ult for the Poppy though, so should be fine with the Emilio behind. Couple more autos on that tower. Looks like it's going to be a Triforce for the Ashe again, actually.
Triforce Ash, yeah. Calamity's Blade.
Saw that on
a little
Thursday.
bit-
Calamity's Blade trying for the fight, but Negard's here to catch him. Might not matter though
Mist's
with
here
the
as well.
Gore
Just
Drinker.
slow down.
Gets out, but
Dictator's making moves
Good
top
attempt.
side to look for possibly
proof
catch
there.
Panky again, but Panky is resetting, no cancel from Shipex.
he has the level now. He's got the on item. He's ready to start handing out some little freebies to his mates.
That's a good point,
Grouping
actually.
up for this next
we have
fight.
a 2-level lead in the mid lane for Victator, but also a level lead. Up is
The
just
Calamity's
ding
Blade
12, but
as well.
was
Yeah, he
just
does
almost
have
2
a-
levels ahead.
Calamity's Blade has an advantage, but both TPs available for the top laners. So Dragon about to spawn. It looks like Valhalla have the river control again, but no flanks for anyone to TP to at the minute, apart from a really deep one for Calamity's Blade and
Nico's
bot side
resetting.
Krugs.
Suppose he's got time. We've got a minute until Dragon spawns. He's got time
Really
to reset.
conceding these.
Okay, Nico has picked up his Trinity Force.
Conceding this. That looks like they're just pushing mid and threatening the tier 1. I don't know if Valhalla should care much about this.
We have
Sky's Descender's available.
There we go. I was going to say, Nagard has to drop this pink ward now.
Ooh.
There goes the Enchanted
Finds
Crystal
catch
Arrow.
onto Poppy.
Oh, it's a
Can they
massive
one-shot him,
ult
though?
from
He's
Aurelion Sol.
tanky.
The skies have descended.
He misses the Ornal. It might not matter. Here's the 5v5 AG we're looking for.
1,000 gold
Victator's
shutdown.
down. That is a big shutdown over to Negard. Negard looks like he might be able to clean up this fight, but Calamity's Blade's coming in on the flank.
Panky is just
Shipwrecks
a
goes down.
monster.
Negard is killing everybody, although he's a Felios which he doesn't want to be, but there goes the Lulu. Calamity's Blade all by himself. Can he pick off the Tenshi?
Managed to
Pops over
ear
the
over the
wall,
wall.
but Negard's
Nagard
going for it
follows him with
again.
the ultimate. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Aatrox combo there. I think they should just turn on this dragon. Yep, there they go.
Pankyo can push this off. I mean, what a play by Negard. He has really made up for that early game.
Absolutely.
Going 0-3 at the
fantastic
start
fight.
is much like the Gwen last on Thursday. I mean, what a glow up. Just during one game. Deny the soul. 4 kills over. Was that a quadra kill for Negard? It may have
triple
been.
kill, triple kill. He was 6
Triple
and 5
kill.
before the fight.
Okay.
He got a kill
Either
onto
way-
Mist as well. Mist got one.
Huge play. That buys them so much time for this Ornn and Aurelion Soul to scale up.
They have a
5 more
gold
minutes
lead
to the
as
next
well.
Drake. A gold lead with 1,000 gold
Slightly under
shutdown.
1,000 gold lead.
I assume going to this Viego, because I mean that's 3 and a bit items completed now. He's barely on 2 before.
Viego is going to be an absolute monster.
They really need to worry about this Viego now with an Ornn frontline and an Aurelion Soul stopping you dive on
Starting
him if he
Baron.
gets into the fight. I don't know about this, but Negard's
He's
caught immediately.
straight
Don't
onto
throw
him.
the lead away.
He ults over the
Going
wall,
down,
but I
the
just
ult's
think
away.
he's just down.
Mist gets some huge
Enormous damage from Mist, though.
Mist is caught by
Cancelled by
Kickless.
Kickless, but he
Niccolo
does
on the flank
follow.
takes down Shipex, the assassin.
Mist
Ash.
takes him out.
Mist gets another.
Nico's
Mist
counting
gets
like
the
a
reset from
maniac.
over wall.
Here comes Mist.
It's
a
the
triple
execute.
kill. Gets the W
Triple
reset.
kill for the Aurelion Soul. This could be it for AG.
He just can't get away. Oh, it's a big heal, but I just think
The Rileys is just
it's a quadra
kill
kill.
for the Aurelion Soul. I think this is suspect. I don't know if they're going to manage this Baron, but man, I really don't think they can do this.
No, no, they're peeling off.
I think you should get out of dodge, but I mean, either way, that is the game wide open. 1,500 gold lead now for AG. 6 kills on this Aurelion Soul with 2.2k in the pocket.
Valhalla blew
that's gonna be a Seraph
so
completed.
many important cooldowns trying to kill Nagard, and fair enough, they did get him, but that just left Mist to run absolute rampage through the enemy team.
It did go
Really
who did
crazy.
the shutdown go to? The shutdown on Negard. Maybe he didn't have one. Did he not have one? I guess he didn't have one.
I don't think he had a shutdown now because he died at the end of the
Oh
last
no, he
fight.
did. Yeah, he did. 650 gold bounty to
Oh, he
Aphelios.
did?
So
Oh.
Shipex got a big injection of gold.
Very scary stuff.
Still not completed 3 items though, and now the Aurelion Soul and the Viego on 3 items, Ornn on 3 items. Infinity Force coming through for the Viego. Brilliant name, love it.
Absolutely. Can't go wrong with that. It's a big ult from Aurelion Sol coming in as well, but Victator does use the ult in the back line. Straight into the Zhonya's as well. Panky's been an absolute monster in the back line.
He's in the middle, but I don't know if he's that tanky. But that being said, he's not gone down yet.
It's a big knock-up from Calamity's Blade.
Calamity's Blade, but Mist is just... Shipex is just stuck. He can't walk into that E for fear of being executed. It's
Oh, don't
another
pick
kill
that-
for
Don't
Negard.
pick that body up. You don't want to be the
I don't know if you
Aphelios.
want there. Oh dear. It
Oh,
takes, but it gives away
no.
Victator. Get another kill, but Mist may just be able to stat check. Gets another double kill for the Aurelion
Again, he's
Soul.
just untouched.
They just can't get onto Mist. He's
Oh.
made cancels with the Q, but not quite there. He might be executed by the E. He does. A second quadra kill for the Aurelion Soul.
Back-to-back quadra kills. Surely,
I mean,
surely
if
they
we
can
weren't
take
in the late game
Baron
before,
now.
we absolutely are now. With the help of the
Unbelievable
Melio,
stuff.
there should be a Baron take, I imagine, with the healing from the small amount of healing from the Melio. Aphelios may be able to make something happen, but I don't think he's going to be in time. 344 stacks in this Aurelion Soul. I mean, they're going to be in trouble for the rest of the game, really. Valhalla. This Aurelion Soul is huge, and once again, the Ornn looks great. They've played. We know that Panky's played a lot of Ornn. Calamity's Blade plays a lot of Aatrox. Has looked good throughout the game and looked particularly good in the early game. And now we're seeing Aurelion Soul, the big champion for Mist, really just getting ready to take over the game.
10 and
Every
3.
time we've seen somebody pick these champions that they're known for, they're just huge.
10 and 3. Leandra's Lament. Got the Seraphs
Now-
as well.
Caught up in stats. The KDA with
355.
Dictator. Dictator and Mist now pretty much par on gold and the same KDA.
5k
So we'll
gold
see
lead
where-
for AG as well.
The
Looking
let's
very
go here.
strong. Just have to be careful here. It's a 3v5 Panky. That's very aggressive there, but he does force Spectator to E out of the fight.
something. Forcing off this dragon, great play really, because they have forced them out of the river. Should be an uncontestable really for Valhalla actually with an Aurelion Soul, especially with Disguised Ascend. I mean, he's going to be doing a lot of damage now. Goes
His
down
blade
so
has moved top lane.
fast.
They're just conceding it.
2 dragons now for AG.
It's been an absolute monster. He's close to level 16 as well. There he goes.
Level 16, nearing 400 stacks in this Aurelion Soul. He's executing at 15% max health now. So, your Poppy might have a lot of health, but it does not matter.
Starting to become a real terror. Starting to see the downside. The only real way they can get onto this Aurelion Soul safely is with Lysandra, but that just leaves him so high and dry in the middle of the team.
There's no follow-up anymore. It used to be that Lysandra could one-shot everyone, but Mist has so much health now, and with the Seraphs under his belt as well.
Plus, a little bit caught out. The Shirelius
Oh,
comes
Enchanted
through.
Crystal Arrow. Dictator doesn't even get to use his abilities.
It's just deleted.
He's just one-shot. Getting a taste of his own medicine here in Game 2.
Looks like it's
Mist
probably
goes
gonna be an inhib.
legendary.
Calamity's Blade
How do they
is
stop
hammering on
this?
their inhibitor towers at the bot side, but
Nico just tanking the tower.
really big zoning E from Mist there, allowing the next wave to come in.
That is a big ability now. Should be a pretty free inhibitor, although Calamity's Blade is beaten down on their own. He gets the tower.
Thank you's had to go and
But-
match. TP's up for
Tower
both top
one,
laners,
but-
so if they look for a fight, they can join.
They have a wave coming in bot as well. I don't know how Nico...
Eco's a little bit...
Nico
have to be
might
a little bit
cut
careful
off,
here, but-
maybe it just doesn't matter. They still have...
Gale
Mist
Force
over
back
the
in
wall.
from Shipex. That's a lot of shurikens,
Should
but
be fine. Plays it well, so another tower going down.
it'll be a
Quite
second
easily
inhib as
moving
well.
to this inhibitor. Nico, as much as he's 1 and 4 in this game, he's really just been
Guy's
running into
descent is
people's faces.
enormous.
Absolutely huge.
Calamity's Blade is behind them.
And this Dictator is
Dictator is
flanked.
teleported behind.
It's
Oh,
a double TP. But they've been
from Panky's
spotted. They
straight
might
into
just
the
be able to
fight.
collapse onto them.
Eco flashes away, immediately stuns.
Another enchanted crystal arrow. Nico all goes down though. Shipex takes the kill.
Mist is still alive. I think they're
Mist
just
is
looking
still
to get
alive.
out of it. Leaving Panky a little bit high and dry in the middle of the team there.
I don't know. Can they kill him?
Mist is going back here. That's
He's
a
just
lot
taking
of
it up
damage
and-
from the Aurelion Soul.
Mister's doing so much damage. The execute's coming in. Doesn't quite get kickless just yet. He goes down to the Ornn. Negard gets the reset.
That might
should
be the game.
I think we're going to a game 3 here.
Should be able to just end right here. Dictator is back to full HP after standing on the fountain, but
Absolutely huge turnaround for
Negard.
AG here. Although Negard's caught, maybe they
kind
can't
of sent
end.
it there.
Have they thrown it away? Mist still
It's doing a lot of
playing
damage. They're
gatekeeper,
gonna
but
get
it's
out.
2 kills over to the Aphelios. Maybe it isn't over.
2 inhibitors down though. That is an enormous swing.
No,
6k gold lead now.
no objectives up for Valhalla to make good off of this, but I mean, doesn't quite get the end. But 2 inhibitors down, you have to imagine that AG should be able to close out this game, especially with scaling champions like Ornn and Aurelion Soul.
Looks to see if Mist comes back with his Rabadons after this. That is going to be an enormous power spike Currently sat at 432 AP. Gets the rabbit on 604.
Wow.
Absolutely
Executing
disgusting.
at 16% max health.
That is terrifying beyond all reason.
His Q is doing 500 damage a second plus a burst of 300 plus 13% max health. If you get hit by this Aurelion Soul Q, you ain't gonna last long.
That is terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
Blue Trinket's coming down, so they know where their mid is. They're in on bot wave.
Calamity's
Next
Blade
objective, we've got a
looking
minute to
play-
Baron.
Calamity's Blade looking to play a bit of a menace on the side lane, but I feel like AG, if he's pushing, they might just be able to run it down mid. He has a TP, but maybe they'll look to start Baron first.
Reset coming in from Nico. Somebody does have to
Completely
match
right.
Calamity's Blade. He is causing a bit of a problem.
It's true, but
Every objective's coming up at the same time, Baron and Dragon.
I feel like if AG just run it down mid, they can just leave Calamity's Blade to it and end, but I guess Nico's just going to try and match. Misty's coming to flank him as well, so he's not going to be alone. Calamity's Blade could be a little bit
Hovering.
caught, but
Nico's moved onto the side lane. He's just going to cut the wave from behind him.
Dragon and Baron is going to be on the card, so we could see a trade of objectives. Panky just walks into the team. He does not care.
So much HP. Gets blocked by the
Oh.
Poppy W. Oh, Mist has been
Mist
caught
caught,
out by
though.
Victator. Looks like he's going to
Gets
get
the cleanse, though, gets the flash. Can he get out?
Oh no, it's not looking
Looks like
good.
he's going to get exploded, but the Melio heal!
Enormous heals from Melio there. Mr. straight back in. Oh, he does get taken
Oh,
out though.
and he dies immediately!
But Nico is free firing.
Oh,
Nico is absolutely
Nico
chainsawing
says-
through people.
I do not need kills.
The guard
I will
flashes
kill
over
you
to cancel the
regardless.
reset
Cancelled
from Calamity's
reset.
Blade.
That
Looks
is
like
huge.
he's just
he
gonna
doesn't need to
duel
win
him.
the 1v1. But
Just needs to stop him from resetting. This
Just
looks
needs to
like it might
stop
be the end
him.
of the game.
I think he might just win the 1v1 though. But the Gordringer heal, the
Oh.
Aatrox healing is huge, but it doesn't quite have it. Negod takes the 1v1 and AG take the game.
That's it. Beautiful
What a
comeback from
turnaround.
them. Really good
I-
game.
I really thought when Victator, I mean, he was 9-0-3 in the early game. And, man, they managed to get 2 back-to-back huge team fights with the Aurelion Soul. Even one before that where Negard went huge. He got triple kill. I mean,
GG tie up the
3
series.
back-to-back team fights just took over the
We're,
game.
we're straight into the
You can't argue with that.
straight in. We're prepping draft for
Fantastic.
game 3. Wow, lot
I
to
mean,
lot
it's
to
the
digest from that game.
A lot. It's the first time we've seen AG win, but man, did it seem decisive. As soon as they had an advantage, they pushed that home. The scaling picks really come to their aid there.
Fantastic. They played the mid to late game incredibly,
Yeah,
incredibly well.
I was surprised how quickly Valhalla's draft fell off, to be honest.
I feel like
but
they
I guess-
tunneled way too hard on killing the guard at every single fight. They blew so many
Possibly. Well,
cooldowns through so
you
many
say
of the
this,
fights.
but they were securing objectives by killing him. But not only that, he was mispositioned a lot of the time.
But as soon
and
as
they
the
killed-
Aurelion Soul was off the
I mean, they
ground, it
killed-
just didn't matter.
This is true. I think the combination of the scaling picks coming through and 3 back-to-back team fights will do that to a game.
The big advantage AG seem to have as well is their triple threats. Because
Yes.
Viego, Ashe, and Aurelion Soul, like,
I mean,
you can only
wow,
really kill one of them at a time.
Quadruple threat. Did you see Panky in this
Yeah,
game on the
true.
Ornn? He was solo killing people. He was just tanking 5 members the whole team fight.
A complete
He did
terror.
not care. That Ornn was kind of terrifying. And he just took Ignite.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. He's ready to kill.
He doesn't need these doesn't need flash, doesn't need ghost, doesn't even need spellbook. He's just gonna kill you.
What a guy. What a guy. Thank you. Still not letting up on the carries.
Thank you.
I was a little
good
concerned
shout.
when I saw the Ornn. I knew he had a lot of games on it. Wasn't the carry champion I was expecting, but he just turned it into one.
Incredible stuff from both teams there. Really showing that
Really great
they
stuff.
can trade blows. Fantastic from both of them. What do you think about modifications for the next draft? Do you think the ASOL will be let through again?
I mean, I've seen Aurelion Soul now. I don't want to see it again from Valhalla.
No?
You know, they let it through first draft. They didn't mind. They let it through second draft. AG pick it up. Slam dunk the second game. So, you know, with the advantage Valhalla had, they've shown both games they can make these dives happen early. They can get these advantages early. So maybe they just need to deny AG some of these early picks, and yeah, just stop AG getting back into the game once they get these early advantages.
Really interesting. I feel like it could be a ban from Valhalla. It is incredibly well played with good stats on it. To see how they modify their draft for Game 3. It's all on the line
For
now.
sure.
When it takes a series.
This is it, and we get our third game as we hope for. I'm excited. I'm hoping that Negard, not Negard specifically, but AG as a whole, are going to be able to pull through this early game. That being said, I would like to see more from Negard in the early game. So far, he's looked good in the team fights, but in the early game, he seems to be being outperformed by his opponent jungler. But we'll see. Something proactive would be good, but I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Definitely interesting to see Nagard performing on these scaling picks as well. That is. Early game might be a touch shaky, but man, really pulls it together in the late game, isolating those important targets and really taking them out.
Yep. I think Panky has shown that as much as Calamity's Blade took a 1v2 in the early game as Aatrox, maybe it's not as much of an issue as they initially thought. So maybe they can let that one slip through.
I think we can see from that game, we were looking at the match histories beforehand and we were trying to figure out the way he plays Aatrox was interesting, but like
it's bizarre,
kind of strange.
Yeah,
he was
definitely
side laning a lot of the game.
He has impact in the game without being involved in that much of it. When he shows up on this Aatrox pick, he shows up, but he doesn't seem like he's needed a lot of the time. He's often in the side lane, just being a nuisance.
Got a low average kill participation.
Stove by multiple people, which is probably why he has a lower kill participation and a lower KDA, because he's being a menace on these side lanes. Makes me wonder if he shouldn't be playing something like a Jax. But I mean, if you enjoy Aatrox, and you enjoy Sion, and you enjoy Gragas, then power to you.
Another note that Jax has been banned against AG's against AG every single game.
Absolutely. Which maybe a bit of a hindrance to Valhalla, because now they're going to have to add you're permabanning Jax, you're now permabanning Aurelion Sol.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? Don't know if they should be too worried about the Viego, because I mean it was a couple poor team fights from them, and he just took over the game, as he will do. Big punisher of poor team fights.
So.
But the Ashe also seemed pretty good, and the Melio. You know, they didn't get a huge advantage early, but a couple of those later on Enchant Crystal Arrows
gotta be said,
really took
AG's bot lane really stepped up this game. Really stepped up. They performed really well. They neutralized the Aphelios Lulu in the early game.
Absolutely.
Managed to keep the lane prio to avoid the dives, and then in the mid to late game, Ashe was just turned into a menace.
Nico was not afraid to step up in these team fights.
Absolutely
Or
not.
even the small skirmishes. Even when it looked like he possibly shouldn't. It seems like he has a good grasp of how people's damage work. Because he takes all the hits, gets low, and then knows that they have no more DPS to put out, and then steps forward and deals it back. So
definitely no limit test in there.
Like,
he knew his limits.
He knew his limits, yeah. I like the look of it. But I think from AG's point of view, they need to somehow contain Dictator, because both games he's been hugely impactful. His Ari in game 1 was absolutely disgusting, killing people left, right, and centre, blowing flashes left, right, and centre. Game 2, the Lissandra was unleashed, going into these side lanes. So
as a mid jungle duo, it definitely seems like Valhalla have this one. Their mid jungle control is very, very strong, especially having these wave control mid laners like Lissandra and Ari that can push and roam. Really start punishing the rest of the map. So it'll be interesting to see how AG draft around that.
For sure.
Maybe force him onto something with a little bit less lane control, but how many? You only have 5 bans. There's only so much you can do. All 10 players are in. Valhalla on blue side again.
Ready to go.
Waiting for the ready up from both teams.
Right, about to head into draft. Here we go.
It is.
So, Valhalla on blue side again. So both blue side wins so far. There's the Hecarim ban, so maybe if Valhalla were looking to ban Hecarim, Jax, Aurelion Sol, perhaps, on this first rotation.
And do we see Jarvan Jinx Vi from AG.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
ban the same three.
maybe they just don't mind it. I think Ari should still be a takeaway, but maybe they don't mind it so much in the
There's
first
the
rotation if they
Jarvan.
take away stuff like Vi and Jarvan.
If they go for the Jarvan Jinx Vi, that could lead to a B1 Ari. Straight pick from Valhalla. Because
Still
if they're
no.
committed to banning those three, there's the Aurelion
There's
Sol
the Aurelion Soul ban. Okay, so
taken
leaning
off.
towards this banning out the scaling champions. We did see Mist on the Victor earlier, so Victor Ornn still a good scaling combination, but
I could
I don't
expect
know
to
if
see
AG really want to
Olaf
rest
here.
on these scaling picks. The Olaf
Definitely-
ban could be good, but
also
the
see him-
Jax, it would leave Jax open.
Could also see a Melio ban, but that would probably be on red side rather than
I don't know
blue
if they'll
side.
pick Jax blind. Maybe they would.
Ashe is a potential ban. All these people
Mhm.
are playing Ashe.
Everyone seems to be playing Ashe in these games, yeah, absolutely. Great. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I just think Ashe is just a ridiculous champion.
There goes the Olaf,
Just has
yeah.
range, has DPS, has
predicted.
engage. Like, what do you need? But,
So if the pattern
Yeah,
is to be
nicely done.
predicted, this is a Vi ban on R3. AG are really just not letting them have that. I think Vi's can be quite a disgusting, especially if you're playing Ari in the mid lane, Ari Lissandra, these kind of things. You just make the game and pick one person, make it
Yeah.
unplayable for them.
True. I don't mind it.
It's a
Missed a ban.
missed ban on R3.
Okay, so no ban from AG in 3,
Might
but
be they could have a problem, which could mean we could remake draft, but
yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Not sure what happened there, but anyway,
waiting on
Aphelios
confirmation.
looking
No,
on
looks like draft's
blue
proceeding.
side pick 1. Melio has been high priority this series, so we'll see if AG want to take that one away. Look good in game 2. They could go Melio Ashe here, which would be the same as last game, and just give over the Aphelios Lulu. To see. Seemed to work for them in game 2. I think both teams would be happy to handshake on that, to be honest.
Nothing hovered so far. We might have technical issues. No,
There's a Zeri. Ashe? Okay,
Ashe.
So probably going to see something like Ashe Melio here.
I feel like
yeah?
Melio has to be a takeaway here, otherwise you give it over and yeah.
The champion is just busted. I don't know what to say.
Absolutely.
Getting hit by Melio Q, like I said earlier, somehow just feels worse than like a Morgana bind or Fiddlestick Sphere. I don't know why.
Justin. What do we have? Aatrox still open. They could run it back. Obviously got the Lulu option. The Ari. Very scary. What does Mist have prepared to answer this Ari?
We'll see. I was worried about them not banning the Siren. You got to imagine the
Oh, and the
kicking
Mist,
themselves, not
the
taking
Mist
it away.
ban comes in and gives them
On
the Ari
ban 3, I
Vi.
mean, this could impact the whole game.
Oh,
But
no.
this 2v2 Viari, we've seen it around the world. It's just such a disgusting duo. So much damage and power in the early game, and even in the late game, it comes into you've got those surefire ways to engage in the one-shot capability. So we
I'd
shall
like to
see.
see Mist rock the Lissandra this game, to be honest, and just have the ability to
Yeah.
get out of jail free card.
That,
Nygaard
that's
goes
fair.
back
I
to
like
his
Lissandra
Viego.
Ari. Classic have been a good band, but Nygaard's back in his Viego. Clearly a comfort pick for him.
Same 3 champs from AG. If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Well, it's not going to be the same draft with the Aurelion Soul band, but shall see. The Thresh band coming through. I like that. See that with Aphelios. Maybe they're not too worried about the Lulu. Maybe we'll see a Lulu band. We'll see.
Definitely has less of the threat in lane compared to the Thresh. Not to be understated, Lulu definitely can be a lane bully.
I don't know much against Amelia. I play so little bot lane these days.
I haven't seen.
I have
yet.
no idea, but there's the Jax ban. Really don't want Panky on that Jax ban, especially when he has counter pick.
Oh, double bot lane bans. They're putting
There's
it in
the Lulu.
Nico's
What do you
hands.
pick with this then? Something like a Rakan, perhaps? Works well with the Vi and the Ari.
Nami is a possibility. She's still decent. They could go for the engage and
Yeah.
take a Nautilus.
Nautilus, yeah, Nautilus works as well, especially the
Nautilus fairly strong.
Ari. Fine with the Aphelios.
Although if you are quick enough, you
I've
can
seen-
cancel Nautilus hook with Melio Q.
So you get hit by it still.
You still get hit
Still
by
get
it, yeah.
dragged, but I guess it'll bounce off.
Just bounces them away, yeah. You can't get the follow-up
Maybe
auto
can't
to
get
lock
the
them
auto,
down.
yeah.
Hey, Malphite ban. Second time Malphite
Second
ban
time
there
I've seen
from...
Malphite ban. No respect for the Ornn.
No.
Still leaving Ornn open, so we'll see about that.
There's
There's
Lysandra.
Lysandra, like you
Yeah.
sadd. So classical counter into Ahri. If you ever dashes in, you just push W and walk away, or just alter. Either way, I like it. I don't know if Mist plays it all that much, but yeah, love to see it.
Decent.
Great combo with Viego as well. Not quite as lethal as the Ahri Vi, but Lysandra Viego, a lot of damage, especially into the mid game.
This does
Really
feel
locks
like a
somebody down.
setup for an R5 Ornn, to be honest with you. Especially
Yeah,
into the Scion.
Ornn looks pretty good here.
Although, I am saying, Pankyu... oh no, it's not Pankyu who's been playing Fiora.
No, it's
Oh, but
Valhalla's
Pankyu...
top lane,
I'm just
though.
saying, Pankyu
Calamity.
has games on Camille and Irelia. Both very
Yes.
good into Scion.
Thank you, not afraid of playing carries.
Also got 40 games on Mordekaiser. Saying, one of the
Also,
best
Camille
champions in the game.
Lysandra, also a terrifying combo.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, there's the Rakan, as you called
There's
it.
the Rakan. Good setup, good front line. I like the draft on blue side so far. Maokai? Would this be a
Maokai?
Maokai or Viego top lane? I don't know if this is just a
Surely
hover,
not.
but
This
I mean,
feels like
maybe.
a hover.
Is Viego into Scion? Sound so bad, but okay. never mind.
Tryndamere.
I don't know about the Tryndamere. We're going to see it. Thank you. Okay, Gwen.
Gwen.
That sounds more like thank you.
With
So
an AD jungler, that's
Gwen, I mean, absolutely devastating in a side lane, especially in something like Scion. I do not know how they're going to deal with this. Great immune into the Vi Ahri means
Yeah,
Ahri
no
can
doubt.
not necessarily get some miss out on some damage there, but yeah, AG lacking a little bit of front line.
I had to say the exact same thing. It's
They can keep them at bay all right, but I don't know how Gwen and Viego get into these fights super well without Mist having to make some kind of nuts engage. Jumping into
AG
Valhalla is kind of where they want you to be.
AG do have a much better 2v2 and 3v3 topside skirmish though, because Scion not that great at skirmish fighting, to be honest. Needs
Good
quite a bit of
5v5,
setup.
yeah, but
Really good 5v5, but kind of is a bit useless in the 2v2 and the 3v3 topside. Just kind of stands there. Viego, obviously, if he's going the same build, will shred through. Gwen will obviously snip Scion to shreds. Gonna be really interesting. Mixing it up on the side of both teams here.
Absolutely.
But undoubtedly,
I like the
a bloodbath.
Yeah, both of these teams are wanting to skirmish. The bot lane's probably less so, but I mean, both junglers could make beelines down there. I'd expect to see a lot of fighting around this mid lane, but that being said, Lysandra might just be able to neutralise the Ahri. We'll see. You can't usually W the Vi and the Ahri though, so I mean,
Really like to see a cleanse from Nico this game. Ahri charm, Rakan charm. Even the long range slow from Scion E can sometimes be worth cleansing.
this is true, yeah.
We've got
I like
Gravitum
the,
from Aphelios, the
cleanse.
long range Moonlight Vigils with the Gravitum for the AoE route.
It's funny how cleanse just looks so good on every AD carry in every game, isn't it?
Yep.
It's almost like they're just really easy to catch and kill.
Who'd have guessed?
Just the top laner's favorite snack, you know.
Delicious AD carry.
Yeah.
The amount of clips I've got
Who
in my
doesn't love it?
highlights that are titled "Imagine being an AD carry" as me as a full tank Scion just one-shotting an
just
Ashe.
beating them down. Yep. It's just not fair, is it?
Really is not
We'll
fair.
see. We'll see if these teams can't get someone in front of the AD carries. But doubt. Needless to say, AG has a lot of damage, even if they don't have the easiest engage options. So,
Thing is,
I
as
just
well,
don't know how they start a fight without just getting counter engaged on.
It has to be said, Valhalla's team is incredibly slippery. Ahri, Rakan, all immensely irritating
their engage
champions to lock
options.
down.
If you're chasing them down and they don't want to be engaged on, it's pretty easy for them to say no. But not so much for an Aphelios. If this Aphelios doesn't have cleanse and the Slandra wants to get onto him, he'll be on.
A stray crystal arrow from Ashe onto that Aphelios, which Nico has shown he can hit. And that Aphelios can be absolutely one-shot by a Viego and a Lysandra hitting them. Panky's also proven himself that he can play these late-game scaling absolute monsters. So on the Gwen, feel quite confident.
Yep, absolutely. And Panky in the side lane has shown he's a menace, even on the Ornn. He would not stop side laning even on the Ornn. So Gwen in a side lane, I can't imagine is going to be any different.
Really not sure
Um,
about this top side from Valhalla. I think Gwen is such a 2v1
No?
champion into by Sion. Post level 6, I think Gwen wins that most of the time. Her
In a
ultimate
1v2
in a
or
1v2, yeah.
in the 2v2. I mean, maybe, but I don't know if that's what they're really playing for. I don't know if they're looking to kill the Gwen. I
I
think they'll
think
be
it'll be
looking
mid lane
to.
focus probably.
Yeah, I think mid and bot. Again, if this Ari can, I mean, if Ari can get roams off, I'd actually be a little bit surprised with it being against Alessandra. But it's going to be loading into game now.
Really nice seeing both of
Excited.
these teams bloodthirsty though.
Yeah, there's a lot of scrapping in these games, and the last game was a little bit slower, but every fight was just a fight to the death. Just a screaming bloodbath.
And what more can you ask for, really?
That's what we want to see.
Anything interesting?
Fight after fight. No resident sleepers here.
No, absolutely not. Double Conqueror on jungle. Not unusual.
TP on Pankyu, I'm happy to see again. I didn't like it missing off that Olaf as much as it gives you kill pressure.
We've got
no cleanse on the Ashe, but cleanse on the Aphelios.
Glacial Augment on Rakan. It's quite interesting. Spellbook on
Okay, don't mind
Lysandra.
it. Ooh.
Oh, we're looking for an early push into the mid lane.
I don't
Pankyu
mind
is
that. Pankyu is deep in the
sending
source.
it. Oh my!
I don't know about this one. Pankyu, where are you going?
Pankyu.
He doesn't even have flash. He's just dead. Gets to the
It's a
Rakan
flash
shield,
from
but it's
Sion.
first blood to Vine. Negard's in trouble now. It's an absolute
me.
disaster for AG. Whoa.
Oh no!
That is not what you want to see.
That's not what you want to see. Really aggressive move from Pankyu straight into the jungle there.
Ooh. That is a little rough. Maybe they've been doing some scouting and thought they would never be there, but that is the Scion over the wall as well.
Yeah.
You can't get away from that.
Valhalla really felt that one in their bones there. Caught them out. Caught them with their pants down.
Oh.
Not what you want to see.
The AG fans are not going to be super happy about that, but game isn't over yet by any means. Pankyu just straight back in.
He's doing it again, and he's gonna.
It's just a 2v3. They really want this invade, but Victator is not letting it happen. Mist might be able to deny some CS and
Mist is
XP,
not
but
following, but they are just being a menace. They've done this in
so
most of their
much time
games.
wasted. So much time wasted for Negard. He's going to be real behind on this clear now. I don't know about this game, this level 1, but I appreciate the thought and effort. I don't know how good Gwen is in these level 1 skirmishes, but
Nice to see the
especially-
aggressive moves, but not when it costs you this much, I
Jeepers.
think.
so much loss. 2 kills and no flashes were blown actually on the
Wait, it's
side.
an early
of
level
AG.
2 from Rakan. Nothing much there. The Guardian
Such a
from
dangerous
Tenchi,
champion.
really strong there. Saving a lot of damage. This is the first game we've seen AG play that hasn't resulted in a split map yet.
True, but there's an invade from from Valhalla's bot lane. Might be able to mess with Negard. Maybe just spotting him out.
Only ward on the blue buff there.
Make it collapse on here if possible, but
Eco and Tenchi can't really move from the from this tower.
Ooh.
Tenchi's splitting off there. Goes toward the banana bush.
just going to
So
result in a
far.
little bit of poking.
Anki's a little bit low in the
information.
top side.
He took a fully charged Scion Q, so he's feeling it a
Dictator,
little bit.
already
but
on the moves. Can he steal the? Oh no, he doesn't. Takes it away, but I
Negard
think
might be in trouble. The charm and the Viking goes wide, but I don't think it'll matter.
He
Kickless
does
has the flash
sidestep
if he
the
needs
Q.
it, but
just dead.
oh,
The
Guardian
shield
from
from
Tenchi.
Tenchi, enormous.
Oh wow! Did Victator flash into the wall there?
Did a little bit.
I feel like
Tiny
he
bit
flashed
of a
into the
flash.
wall, and that should have been an easy pickup for Negard if Kickless had committed the
This
flash.
is trying to block Victator off and
Should have
coming
been
back into
fine,
the
but
mid lane
A little
here.
bit of
Sidesteps the key.
a bit of a slip up from Valhalla. Missed
Just
going head
autoing him
with
to death.
Victator. Yeah,
Got the corrupting pot ticking, so he's fine with this.
absolutely.
However, Kickless signature behind him in his jungle. He's one camp up.
AG
So
have been really struggling to track these enemy junglers, but I don't think there's much to do here with the size of the wave. Thank you. Picked up a call on the first back.
Yep.
Not at the start of the game, but Coach Blade already making a dent in his.
got to be said, it's a another big wave. They're passing these top laners are passing these enormous waves back and forth to each other.
This is the third game Shipex has had on Aphelios where he's just started Cull as well.
Yeah, it's
Just don't know if a greedy player or maybe just just fine with it. Maybe it's just fine.
It's actually a really good item, to be honest, especially on
I
these
mean,
hyper carries. Like,
It's like a free kill. You
Yeah.
know? If you can get through the early game and you don't need those stats, or don't think you need those stats. I mean, yeah.
Nicholas is bot side. He's sat in tri-bush here, looking for. Did Nico and Tenchi sniff this out?
Oh, great W from Gesture.
Tenchi might be dead here.
Then
No
she
flash.
should be dead. Yeah, no
Gets the
flash.
root
Flash
from
to
the
save.
Gravitum.
Flash to save Negard's life earlier, paying
Yeah.
the price.
Really upsetting. I think I'm a little bit
You might be
behind.
looking for a.
I'm
proxy
just
angle
going to
here.
plus 1
Never
speed
mind.
until I catch up because I'm a little bit behind.
Oh, you're a little bit behind. Yeah, fair enough.
We got a Q channel here. Nico does
Oh.
flash the Rakan W.
Just
though.
say you tries for it, but
Pulls
don't
a
lose
TP
much.
from
Mist
Mist.
has flash if they want to go for it. Goes for it. It gets exhausted. Kill over to Kickless.
that
Mist
is
goes down. Not what you
devastating.
want to see.
Orb now.
Dictator has TP advantage too, so going to be able to push this one in and get a reset whenever they like.
And Q is battling. Does take the fully charged slam from Scion.
These early skirmishes should be
Oh,
somewhat even.
I
but...
think Calamity's blade might be dead here.
Ooh.
Oh, we got a W onto Tenchi again. Still no flash.
God,
Kickless
these
is
Rakan
still in the bot
Ws
lane.
Just landing Kickless, just camping this lane. Should be dead.
Oh, Tenchi just takes it.
Oh,
Nico
last
can't
auto, but
answer
Clout's blade down
back
goes in the
as
top.
well.
Nico's Law might be in trouble now as well because he walked forward. Kickless.
It's a double
Shipex
team
getting
for
another one.
Shipex. They do answer back on a kill. Calamity's blade in the top
6 to
side.
1.
But
6 to 1 Valhalla. This is a 2.5k gold lead at 6 minutes. Not what AG were hoping for here. They managed to trade a kill back onto Calamity's blade, but absolute devastation in the bot lane. Kickless making it very hard for AG to play this game.
Lion ought to get back to lane. Oh,
And
he's
in
going
farm
for it.
alarm.
Thank you. Might
He's
be in
going for
trouble
the
here.
kill. Thank you. I was surprised it went so far.
Flash,
but yeah.
skip, and slash away,
flashes
but-
forward, but
Oh, the level up.
should be gone. The level ups might save him.
I think
Can he
he's-
get the dash
no,
or the
He
W?
doesn't go
What-
for the
He
dive.
gets away. Thank you.
A level up. Is he
And
sniping with the E? He snipes him with
level
the E.
What? You reckon?
Oh no, not
I
happening.
don't think it'd do quite enough damage anyway. Man, Panky was lucky to get away there. But played it well,
Insane.
either way. Nicholas once again back in the bot lane.
It's back in the bot.
Looking
You were
for
right
Tenchi.
about the.
Tenchi's still no flash.
Oh, beautiful! Cancels
what
the
a
flash
Q
Q.
from Tenchi.
Incredible. He's
Oh,
gonna
it
die
might not matter
anyway.
with the Rakan W. Oh, it's so well played, but it just does not matter.
Also,
Shipex
Dictator-
4-0 on the affiliate.
Dictator in the bot lane again. This guy just is relentless on the roams. Not
Mist
letting him have
has this-
anything.
Mist has this Rowan pick, but not be able to get this lane prio against the Ari.
Like it's gonna be a first Drake for
I
Valhalla.
imagine Dictator's a lot more experienced in this matchup than Mist, but yeah, first Drake once again going on to Valhalla. Man, we can see why AG were banned the Vi.
Yeah, that missed ban is really coming to bite them back.
Yeah, that would have been a Vi in it both previous 2 games, and it is just been huge for Valhalla.
Really upsetting that is for them. Let's get the cancel on the knock-up. Okay, Mist's making his first proactive roam here topside, but the wave is crashing into the tower, so his blade is
gonna
fine.
amount to much.
Possibly
might be
some
able to
action in the
make
bot lane. Kickless is here again,
Herald
but does
play.
get spotted out by the Ashy. The 3v3 in the bot
Opportunity
side.
to start Herald, but I guess they just don't know where the jungler is for Valhalla.
Yupik's going aggressive there on Nico. Nico forced to blow the ghost.
Does Negard win this?
The guard and Kickless are battling
He's
it
going
out.
for it.
Oh, Victator's here as well.
Victator's got the first move again.
Oh, but
This
Kickless!
guy's just all over the place, but Negard doesn't quite get it. The skin of his teeth keeps Kickless alive, and
Still got
now
another.
once again AG's bot lane are just in trouble. Great cancel again from Tenchi, but nothing to do to save Nico's life.
All
Man,
falling apart. It's not good at all.
Mist is just too late on these roads each time Victator has first move.
He's falling behind in CS and falling behind in the roam. It's really not looking good. Cancel on the reset from Tenchi there. That's quite amusing. Really not
silver
what you want to
lining.
see.
Thank you pulling ahead in this top lane as expected. That's the
The one saving
Breach
grace.
and Leah.
One saving grace for AG is that this Gwen is going to be very strong in the late game. It's just whether the game will get to the late game.
Thank you once again, the shining light for AG. Really just putting the team on his back in these games. That being said, last game was all about the jungle duo, so
Very, very true.
not to take away from them.
Everyone on
But
AG
very
has shown that they
very
can
consistent.
shine when given the resources. We had missed last game. Negard, quite consistent. Nico was showing up last game, so
Yeah,
can all
towards the
do
8
it.
game, he showed that he can. He's got the schmoo.
they've all got the
Ooh.
potential. Yeah, absolutely turnable.
And what was a very quick early game for this Aphelios hasn't transitioned to much. So, that being said, it is only 9 minutes in, so the gold advantage.
Yep, plenty of
is
games to be
ahead.
had.
Shipex is almost 2k gold ahead of Nico.
That's gotta hurt.
Currently, so that's. I mean, you can just look at the AD carry item discrepancy, and I mean, it's just massive. But Farmalon coming in from Scion, looks like he's going to pick up another wave there. AG managed to slow the game down a little bit, but it's now almost 3.5, slowly becoming a 4,000 gold lead for Valhalla.
Already
10
got
minutes.
400 bonus HP on Soul Furnace there. Really, really disgusting. What a disgusting champion.
What a great champion.
Babus in the top
Two ways
lane.
to look at it as Nicholas looking bot lane again.
Victator might be
Victator
looking for
first move,
something
but
here. Does probably
managing to catch these waves.
Miss knows
I
as
don't
well.
think
As
he
soon
has-
as Victator's spells are on cooldown, he can play quite aggressively into this. But
Oh,
he's
cool.
gonna have to sidestep the charm now.
I think the charm
No.
might have hit a
Oh,
minion.
cleanse.
Oh, the good cleanse, but
Oh,
Hazel
it doesn't get the
doesn't
E
quite get
cleanses
it.
out.
E is cancelled. I think that's going to be the end for Mist. Although minions are in the way, could block some damage, but no.
It's a
Victator
good
manages to take him
response
down
to
in the end.
1v2.
They got a little bit late.
I keep going aggressive on Calamity's Blade, but
And,
that's a lot of
yeah.
damage on the snip there.
well, Sion Q though trades back just as well.
What was size health?
Never underestimate that.
Kickless bot lane yet again. Doesn't have the ultimate though this time. Used it mid lane.
AG playing very respectfully now though. As much
Quite
as
wise.
the Valhalla bot lane got vastly ahead in this early game, playing far enough back that Kickless can't make too many moves, but Nico caught with a root there from the Aphelios, not going to amount to anything.
I think his ult is on cooldown. I don't think I saw when he used that. He might have just used it to push Calamity's Blade away.
Yeah, possibly, but it's coming up soon.
Take the knock up from Sion's obviously completely fair and balanced hitbox on his Q there. Really reasonable to get hit by that. Victator's possibly looking for a snipe of the charm. Oh!
If AG are going to look for anything, they should look soon, because they currently have an item advantage in mid. So if Lissandra can get some kind of roam off, that'd be perfect for them. Maybe look top. For a
The
dive
top
on the
laners are
Sion.
low. Sion
Mist is moving, but
very low on HP. The ignite comes out from Panky.
Takes
Looks
the
to snipe him
ignite.
with the ult. He might die! Oh! Lives on
once again,
almost single digit
this
HP. but
game has just been a game of inches. I think.
is he going to get this
Lissandra
teleport
Negard-
off? No way he gets that
There's no way
teleport
he gets that
off.
recall. Oh, he gets the recall off this
That
1
is
second too late.
so upsetting.
Oh. Both
Oh, he
of these
TP's
teams
back, though.
have had players on single-digit health.
No,
but
I think Panky's
Panky
dead.
might be.
Oh, he does heal back.
Oh, the healing though. The Gwen healing is too much.
It's a
He's
TP
caught.
from
Victator's here
Victator.
though. The turn. Negard goes down and Calamity Blade still survives with Triumph. He walks
No
back in.
way.
Lissandra might be able to take him. He gets the W shield. Victator, can they
It's
burst
an
him before they
absolute
take down
disaster.
Oh, missed.
It's a
It's
complete
so
disaster.
close, but-
Saying that, Shipex has to burn flash and cleanse.
Kickless is behind them. What is he doing there? Nico will just get running Shipex down and gets blasted by Kickless as he comes over behind the tower, and I don't think he saw that coming.
It's 14-1 to Valhalla. This game has spiraled so out of control. It's
This
unbelievable.
is an 8,000 gold lead at 14 minutes. Not even 14 minutes. Players haven't even gone down yet.
Absolutely upsetting. The fact that that Scion didn't die to the 3-man dive. The TP from Victator was incredible on the top
Oh.
side to really balance
Wow.
that team fight out.
Victator
However,
has really been
we've got an answering
a
team.
huge player in this series
Panky's
so
TPing
far.
behind. Doesn't have ultimate
Good for a
though.
fight. Kickless is here though. Panky might be caught out. Gwen is immune, but Victator's here again.
Just taking back. This man
Victator
is
is just where
everywhere.
he needs to be. Every fight. Mist cannot keep up.
Unstoppable.
Justin. Like I said, Valhalla just playing with an extra member, it feels like.
Absolutely. Pushing it to a 10k gold lead at 14 minutes.
3-0 on the jungler, 5-0 on the mid, 5-0 on the AD carry. It is unfortunate.
Go on.
I say scaling your way out of this one for AG is going to be
A
difficult.
lot more difficult than game 2 for sure, but I think Victator took it a little bit personally when he went legendary and then lost the game. He's here to prove that if he goes 9-0, he means it.
Just saying, if you're not going to ban my Ari, oh well,
You got another thing coming.
I'll lose the game.
Yeah, simple as. We'll see. We'll see. As much as it wasn't as devastating a deficit as in game 2 as it is now, AG could still turn this around. It'd be an incredible turnaround, granted, but stranger things have happened.
Anki's got the Riftmaker now, so now he starts to be a real threat to the Sion in the side lane. But what he really needs to do is get this tier 1 turret down, so he's got the nice long lane to chase Sion down with.
Yep.
Without that
For
tower
sure.
down, Sion can just sit under. Oh, Kickless is
Herald can
here.
up in 20 seconds, but Kickler is here, and Panky might be in trouble. He has the ult, but he might just be bursted. We'll see.
Gotta be
Here's the
said,
Conqueror
knock up.
stacks. It's a lot of healing, but no Q
Unbelievable.
stacks.
Oh, and in the
Just
bot
gonna go
lane,
down.
Dictator solos Nico
Wow,
as well.
Dictator just catching Nico out. This AG bot lane cannot get a break. 0-7 now. 15 minutes.
Like a Herald's gonna go down for Valhalla as well.
Dictator just starting to bring in the solo kills.
God's
Herald
looking
over to
for him.
Valhalla.
Well, Dictator's looking for Nagard.
There's no
It's the
idea.
Everfrost into the
Everfrost
charm.
into the charm. Not a one shot,
God's
but
going aggressive.
Dictator has no ult.
He's
to be
turning
fair.
around,
Nagard
he's
does a lot
solo
of
killed him.
damage. It's just a solo kill. He gets the shutdown. Nobody's even there to collapse on him. Nagard
Wow.
completely destroys Dictator, who's
Bit of an uncharacteristic mistake there from Dictator.
overestimating his damage. Yeah, with no ult, there's nowhere to run against this Viego. And I mean, matched items.
You're looking to
Potentially
cancel the
cancel-
RQ again.
Yeah, I mean, Tenchi's been on it with these. What is
Absolutely.
it called? Best, greatest, super, mega, ultra kick of the century.
Super fire kick, super mega fire kick or something like that.
Mega fire
Herald going
blast.
down, tier 2 in the mid lane goes down as well.
Chan Cristaro cleanse from Shipex though, gets him to safety, but Kickless might be caught.
It's a lot of
Turns
damage.
it though. This might be one shot. Gets the cleanse, but I think it's just gonna be
TP
left
from
out to
Dictator.
dry.
Dictator's just running rampant in the back lane.
It's a 5v4. They just. I don't even know what to say. Valhalla just collapsed immediately, and it's just going to be an inhib at 17 minutes.
It was. That was.
That was a
Disgusting.
sequence of play. That was absolutely ridiculous from Valhalla.
The coordination from them. They're looking to end.
I think they're looking to win. Calamity Blade's going to tank the towers. They have a
There's no
Herald charge.
way.
It's going to be a Dancing Shelly. Clanky's not even resetting.
That's
I think
it.
It's
It's a
gonna be
17-minute win.
Dancing Shelley. 17-minute win. AG tried their best in the first 2 games and even managed to take a game, but Valhalla proven that they were the better team today.
Believable.
Huge game from Valhalla. What a statement game.
It's a dancing Shelly.
Dancing Shelly.
There it is.
I did not think we'd see that today. Wow.
My money was not on the 17 minutes 43 seconds win. That was domination.
That was domination. Unlucky rubber ducky indeed. I mean, yeah, the draft for Valhalla. Saw somebody in the AG camp saying it was going to be an easy game for AG, but I mean the draft from Valhalla here just looks solid.
I feel like
Given
that missed ban. That missed ban
The
from
missed
AG
ban, I think,
really
was
hurt
a
them.
disaster, but you know, more things could have been done in the game. The minute 1 was very rough for AG.
Absolutely.
But there we go. That's the 3 games for today. That puts Valhalla up to 2-0 and AG unfortunately down to 0-2. I think maybe AG does want to lean on more of these scaling picks and just play safe forehead, but you know, play less aggressive in these early games. We'll see.
Really good
But,
games from
yeah.
both teams, though. Both teams playing their heart out, really putting in all the
Sure.
effort. Fantastic levels of aggression. Really great movement.
Yeah. Whether advisable or otherwise, aggression was there.
Got to be said,
Um,
a lot of these teams in this league are in Division 4. They're not afraid to fight, and they're not afraid to put on a fantastic show. No
I don't know
doubt
if you've
about
looked
that.
yet, but do you know who did most damage in that game?
Go on.
It was Sion.
Of course. Yeah.
It wasn't the 7-on-1 Ari. It was the Scion. It did a lot of control. Style, control, damage, and aggression. Absolutely. That's what we like to see in our
No
games.
doubt about it.
Um,
Yeah,
but
commiserations to AG on the loss.
absolutely. But well played to Valhalla. I mean, that last game, I
Yeah.
think the next opponent is going to be shaking in their boots after that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a VOD review angle for the next
I
opponents.
think maybe Ari Vi should be center of attention on these ones.
Yeah, Top forgot to ban
Yeah,
Vi
it's
for
been
that
confirmed.
was unfortunate, but
Yeah,
I'm sure AG are in high
unfortunate.
spirits. This game 3 was one of those games you've just got to smile, shake your head, and just
Yeah,
move on.
I mean,
It is what it is.
from level 1, it was just going
It was,
Valhalla's
yeah,
way.
it is what it is.
We've all had those games. I think it's not
Absolutely.
something to worry about too much.
Yeah, completely.
And
Good
the
game.
game 2 must have been exhausting as well.
Absolutely,
I mean,
really mentally
there's something to
taxing.
be said for just the mental tax, like you said, on these games, especially when there's things on the line. Like
It has to
it's
be
bad
said
enough in
they
solo queue or even ARAMs, but
they didn't have much
three
of a break
back-to-back
between
games.
game 2 straight into game 3, so I don't blame either team for being a
true.
little bit exhausted after that monster of a game 2. But
But well played, everyone.
well played, everyone. Yeah,
There was some really enjoyable games. Really enjoyed casting again today.
great work from both teams.
We should be back on Thursday, I imagine, with the next game.
Completely back on Thursday for another
So
go.
make sure to smash that bell and slam the button of likes.
Slam the button. Come join us.
Yeah,
Get them.
then.
Need to get those chat polls working.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. If we could get a mod to sort those out, actually, that'd be really. Because we're not going to be able to do in game. But I think for me, MVP, it's got to be Dictator. All
Absolutely.
3 games, as much as Kickless played well in all 3 these games, I think Dictator takes it for me. Every game, just an outstanding performance. Always had first move on these roams. Played the dives to perfection. Got outscale in game 2. I mean, wasn't all down to them, but yeah, this Ari and Lissandra just looks devastating, and I think they need to be taken off the board in the future for the opposing teams.
No doubt. Right, we'll see you all next Thursday.
Yeah,
What another
thanks for watching, everyone.
Thrilling series.
Absolutely, and we'll hopefully see you then.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your evening. Goodbye.